Hey y'all, hey. Hey, open book. Hey, my big sis. What's going on? How you doing? Such a great live you had today. Oh my God, so motivated. Man, almost brought tears to my eyes, sis. I say, okay, if I go ahead and get this little live in today, then I'm not going live tomorrow or probably the next day. It might just be the weekend. I got to take my little breaks. Yesterday, I was not planning on doing no doggone 8-hour live, messing with the fam, but it's all good. I love spending time with y'all. Hey, my bread. Hey, boo. We gonna get into a couple of things today. Let's see how many people have been love bombed before in their life. I've been sitting back trying to sit up here and think like, have I ever been love bombed? And if I was ever love bombed, I think I probably end up running quicker than I stayed. Cause I know me, baby. I know me. I'm the type that, okay, if you trying to shower me with gifts, I'm about to go somewhere and I'm about to give you a gift in return. Like seriously. I am. So it won't be, oh, you did this, you did that. Because I did this and I did that for you as well. Like seriously, we not about to go there. Oh, sometimes I be tripping myself out, y'all. For real. So how's everybody doing today? Trying to wait on my little crazy mod, whichever one get in here first. I didn't get a chance to contact nobody. They always talk about I'm late. I'm always late. So here we go. Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna put y'all on mute. I got to go to the door real quick. Okay, I'm back, y'all. I thought that was both of my little orders, and it wasn't. I'm getting some water delivered, some bottled water. Okay. Let me see, and let me get in contact with these crazy mods of mine. How your day been going on, Britt? How you been doing today, boo? What's been going on with you? Whew. That been feeling like I've been moving around all day, but really I haven't. Oh, y'all, we are gonna be talking about love bombing. I'm trying to wait just a little bit longer, but I'm looking like I probably have to go ahead and get started. It's something I want to be able to read to y'all first. before we get to the video. There her go. Hey, my Ange. Hey there. I don't know what your sister doing. She be the main one talking junk. Say I'm good, Mel. Hey, Echo, my Cancer. I miss you, sis. There her go. You been on my mind heavy. I say if I don't get in contact with my Cancer, I promise I'm going to beat my own self up. Rick say I'm good. I just got home from work not long ago. Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, it's so good to see you, sis. I miss you so much. We about to get into it, y'all. Okay. All right, I need to share my screen first. Then we gonna get into it. So about time this delivery actually gets here, the video should already be playing. That way I don't have to be disturbing the video and stuff. It's so good to see you. Okay. Let's see. How did it pull up? Here we go. So this is how we gonna do this. Because I was trying to find another way to do it, but I'm like, it's okay. I just downloaded it and I'm just gonna read everything off to everybody if you can't see it. Okay. So the cycle of love bombing. Have any of y'all in the chat ever been love bombed? That's the question I asked before anybody else came in. Anyone been love bombed before? And if you don't know, then we will find out once we read this and we go through the video of this person speaking on their experience of being love bombed. There you go. Hey, my Roro. All right, the cycle of love bombing. Love bombing occurs when you are being showered with love, adoration, gifts, compliments, and attention. Love bombing is in no way comparable to healthy relationships and is characterized by the somewhat strategic and possibly narcissistic tendencies behind it. Love bombing may be the first stage of a larger cycle of narcissistic emotional abuse. Let's take a look at all the stages. Okay. I hope y'all can see it. I could try to see if I can make it a little, that's a little bigger. Okay. The first stage of love bombing. Lots of loves and gifts. They may be spamming your social media accounts, sending extremely long text messages, or frequently declaring their love. Stage 2, devaluation. This stage is the exact opposite of love bombing. Love and attention is withheld from you. They may become aggressive or critical and can begin to lie, cheat, ghost, or gaslight you. Interesting. Stage 3, discarding. Once the love bomber has realized that they are no longer able to control you in a way that satisfies their emotional needs, it's possible they will quickly disregard you and the relationship. That might not be a good thing. I mean, that might not be a bad thing. Stage 4, hoovering. After the end of the relationship, they will often continue to check on you consistently, similar to a Hoover vacuum. During this stage, they are likely to use a number of tactics to suck you back into some kind of relationship. All right. So as it says right here, It is important to note that this cycle of love bombing, devaluation, discarding, and hoovering can occur many times during a relationship before it reaches its true end. So I'm gonna stop sharing that, and hopefully that gives people a little idea of what love bombing is. And then we're gonna get into this video. Let me hide this and get into this video. Then I can go check on something real quick. Oh, hush, doggy. I don't know if anybody ever followed him, but he's a really good
A
storyteller.
little bit strong because you're going to want it for this story. This is one about someone who love bombed me and then ultimately tried to use me. And I'm going to tell you right now, so many of y'all have been through situations just like this. And hopefully, my story can help you to never have this happen to you again. Or if you've never been through this, hopefully, so you will never have to go through something like this. All right. So, getting here. I am Malcolm MJ Harris, and I help you live your best life financially, emotionally, and in every other way. And I use my stories to give you lessons and also a bit of a laugh and some entertainment, but it's always here to help make your life better. So I want you to picture this, honey, all right? I've always been a fabulous kind of gal. You see me, darling. I wear this kind of stuff just to get your attention, but also just because I like pretty things and I'm a pretty kind of gal. So, anyway, my pretty self was out and about this one particular night. I was a young gal, but I had just started to make money. Okay. I was in corporate America. So I had this job. It was paying me such good money. And I'm like, okay, I got the money. I can go out. I can do my thing. I have myself a cute little condo. Life was looking real cute. I'm like, I did what I got to do. And now I'm living within the rewards of it. So this one particular night, I'm out with some friends. We having a good time. And I see this guy walk by me. And when he walks by me, you ever had somebody walk by and you just catch eyes with them and they catch eyes with you? So as he's walking by me, immediately we caught eyes with each other. And I remember looking up at him like this. Now, see, I'm not that tall. So when I see somebody who's tall, I always keep my chin down and look up at him like this, okay? Men like that, all right? So I'm looking up at him just like this. And I'm like, And so he walks by, he's looking at me. He licks his lips. My heart starts to pound. Boom, boom, ba boom, ba boom, ba boom. Now, where we were at was in a pretty narrow kind of place. So every time he walked to go to the bathroom, every time he walked to go to certain areas, he had to walk by me or vice versa. So he keeps on walking by me. And I notice he cannot be having to go to the bathroom that much. He don't need to go to the bar that much. And I start to question, like, maybe he's walking by me to get my attention. So he walks by. Then eventually this guy comes up, a completely different guy comes up and was like, excuse me, can you get the bartender's attention? I was like, okay, because I was sitting kind of close enough to get him. So I got their attention. And when I did that, he says, hey, my friend over there, he thinks you're cute. I said, really? And I look over to see his friend is. I'm like, please don't let his friend be like some kind of troll. So I looked over and his friend was that guy. And I'm like, oh, your friend? And I was like, okay. He's like, so what you want me to tell my friend? I was like, tell your friend I think he's cute also. So he goes back over there, tells his friend that, and I can kind of see out the corner of my eye when he told him that, he was like this, trying to play it cool. He drinks his little drink. He kind of looks over at me like this, and he's smiling at this point. So the night goes on, and eventually, like, the bar closes down, and I'm wondering, like, why hasn't he come over to me to speak? I'm not going over to him, honey. I gave you that open door, so you need to come on over here. So as we're leaving out, his friend comes up to me and his friend was like, hey, we're about to go someplace else. There's this after hours kind of spot that we're going to, everybody's going to be dancing, having a good time over there. Do you want to go? And I was like, okay, I can do that. I worked a real hard week. Yeah, I want to go out here and do that. And so I said, is your friend going? He was like, yeah, he is. I was like, well, can your friend finally come over and speak to me? So he comes over and he was like, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm good now that you're talking to me. And that's the thing with me, okay? People always ask me how to flirt. I say, put on a big smile, put your softest, most feminine voice on, and be flattering. Make him feel good. People like to feel good and feel validated. And so I said, I'm good now that you're talking to me. And I always look you right in the eyes, right? And then he says, he's like, oh, for real? I was like, yeah. I was like, it's really nice to finally talk to you. I said, I was wondering when you were going to talk to me earlier. He said, I just was playing it cool. I didn't know if he was there with anybody or whatever. So I just wanted to, be careful. I said, why did you think I was with somebody? Nobody else was near me. He was like, nah, I saw other dudes looking at you and I didn't know, I'm new here, so I don't want to step on nobody's toes. And I said, oh, where'd you move here from? He said, I moved here from Ohio. I said, really? He's like, yeah, I moved here from Ohio. I said, for what? He said, I got a job with the federal government. And this is back when we was living in DC. He said, I got a job with the federal government. And so, yeah, I'm just getting to know the lay of the land. And, the last thing I want to do is come up here and step on the toes if they, really want you. Because I can't imagine you being single. I said, well, I am single. I actually became single about 6 or so months ago. So, yeah, I'm single. I said, are you single? He said, yeah, I'm very single. I said, okay, that's cool. He said, so are you coming with us? I said, well, I mean, if you're going, I'm going. He said, cool. He said, where's your car? I said, why you need to know where my car is? He said, because I can ride with you or I can just meet you there. I'll ride with my friends. I looked them up and down. I was like, I feel safe enough. I was young, honey. When you're young, you take risks. I said, okay, well, you can ride with me. He's like, yeah, okay, cool. I said, don't you have a car? He said, I do, but I'm waiting on it to be shipped here. Cool, whatever. So we get in my car, and as we're riding, my music's on and everything like that. He's like, okay, I like your music. It sounds really good. And so we're just chit-chatting. And as we're talking, there were a couple moments of silence. And I would notice in those moments of silence while I'm driving, I would catch him kind of just looking at me like this, like as I'm driving, like he's looking at me. He'd look at my hand. He'd look at me up and down. I could just feel it. So of course, I'm just basking in that. I'm like, and it's like 2 something in the morning, so, everybody just is kind of in their own little zone, And so I'm just driving. And so we pull up there. And as soon as we pull up there, I'm literally about to open the door. He's like, I was like, what? He said, I'm coming around to open the door for you. I was like, for real? He said, yeah. He said, when you with me, you don't open no doors. Remember that. You don't touch no doors when you with me. I said, okay, I'm already being flattered, honey, all right? Because, I'm a girl from the South, okay? There's certain ways I like to feel, okay? And so I was like, okay. So he comes and opens the door for me, my little Honda Accord, all right, with the dents all in it, honey. You would have thought I was getting out of a Bentley, all right? He opens that door for me. I was like, I felt good. So I get out the car, and then we walk into the little spot and everything like that. And when we get in there, he says, what can I get you to drink? I said, I don't really want anything. I got to drive home later. I'm good. He's like, okay, cool. You want any water, Sprite, ginger ale? I said, okay, maybe a ginger ale. So, I'm standing right there. He gets me my little drink. He gets his little drink. We start talking and talking and talking. And before you know, we're dancing. I got my arms up around his shoulder and everything like that. And we just dancing, having a good time in there. It's a cute little spot, a little hole in the wall kind of place. We having a wonderful time. Before you know, a little slow song comes on and he buries his face into my neck. And we just up here grinding up against each other. Child, you'd have thought we was teenagers at the prom. You know what I'm saying? We just here dancing, having a good time. It felt so good. He smelled so good. He was so built. And I realized why, honey. He was previously in the military and he always kept up his fitness routine. If y'all know anything about men who've been in the military, oh my God, even women, they have a certain way of maintaining their fitness. And this man was built. Oh my goodness. So we dancing and dancing and dancing. After we left there, honey, we went to a little diner, got something to eat. It was all me and his friends and everything like that. And so, the night is ending, honey. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning at this point in time. The sun is about to come up. And then he says to me, so what you doing after this? I said, we don't went to the after hours. We went to the diner. What else is there to do? What else is there to do? And he said, I can come home with you. I was like, And then he did that thing where, they grab you right by the small of your back and pull you close. He yanked me in close. He's like, don't act like you don't want to say yes. I'm looking at him. I was like, I don't know you. He said, you look like a feisty one. You can fight if you need to. He said, you can fight me all you want. I said, for real? He's like, yeah, for real. Oh, the way he was licking his lips, girls. I said, let me see your driver's license. He go in his wallet, pull out his driver's license, right? I said, let me see your VA ID, right? Your VA ID or whatever card you got for the military. He pulled that out too. I pulled my phone out, took a picture of both of them, and I said, I'm sending this to two of my friends. If you try me, they already know who you are. He was like, oh, all right, cool, all right. So I said, cool, get in the car. So we went to my house. We laid down to go to sleep. And as we laying down, I got to take a step back. As we get in there to lay down and go to sleep, he says, so what side of the bed you want me to lay on? I said, well, I sleep over there. He's like, cool, I'll sleep over here. And so we get into bed and he says, I don't have nothing to put on outside of, just my drawers that I'm wearing. I was like, so do you just want to wear that to bed? He said, I mean, I could, but if you have some shorts or something like that, that may be good. Just, an extra barrier. I said, okay, I got it. I was like, well, I do have some shorts over there that you might be able to fit. I don't know. And so he put the shorts on. He kept his shirt off. Honey, he had these tattoos and everything like that. His body was on point, baby, cut up. I'm talking Instagram model, okay? I'm talking this man is fine as I don't know what. As he's walking through the room, honey, you know who came to mind? Boris Kudrow. You know what I'm talking about? Boris Kudrow. Honey, this man is fine. He is tall. He is just muscular and everything like that. Everything from his calf muscles to the top of his head is just like on point. Oh my God, his skin was so smooth. And I'm just watching him, as he puts on the shorts, as he goes into the restroom and then comes out to get into that bed. And when he climbs in the bed, he's a big dude. So when he climbs in, I literally felt the bed kind of just lean to his side a little bit, or maybe it's just I had a cheap mattress, I don't know. But I thought the bed just kind of leaned a little bit. He said, come over here, you're a little too far away. He pulls me close to him and wraps his arms around me. And then he just falls asleep, buried right there, right there, honey, right there, right? I'm in the nook of his arm, but he in the nook of my neck. And he falls asleep. Now, he don't snore, nothing like that. Now, I'm worried, like, oh my God, I hope I don't snore in his ear. But anyway, he falls asleep. And I'm like, this feels so good. Wake up in the morning to him kissing on my neck, saying, good morning. Good morning. Now, normally I don't like no man to wake me up, okay? Don't wake me up, honey. Whatever you got going on in your mind or your imagination, we can cover that at noon once I'm awake if it's on the weekend, okay? But I don't need no 7 a.m. wake-up calls, all right? Trust me, you don't want that level of feistiness. So we wake up and he's kind of waking me up and I'm like, oh, wow, this feels good. And so we sat there and talked. And one of the things that stood out to me immediately was that he didn't try anything. Now, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you ever spend the night with a man, okay, I feel like you on some level have to expect he's going to try something. And that don't mean you got to give into it, but a man is a man. They're going to try something. That's why I say don't let him in your bed unless you are okay with them trying something. Because listen, I think it's just primal, right? So one of the things that stood out to me was that he didn't try anything at all. We literally laid down and woke up in the same position and all that kind of stuff. It was so, I don't know. I felt a sense of safety with him. I didn't have to worry about anything like that. Not to say I wouldn't have been open to him trying something, but it just didn't go down like that. And so when we woke up, he said, what you got planned for today? I said, I worked all week. I don't have nothing to do today. He said, cool. He said, well, I got to run some errands today just to kind of get my apartment ready. Would you want to join me? Now, if you know anything about me, quality time is it, honey. I will literally, if I like you, I want to go to Target with you. I want to go to the mall with you. I want you to come with me places. I just like spending time together. I like to be wine and dine, but quality time is really important to me. So I said, you want me to run around with you? He's like, yeah, I mean, I'm not ready to not be around you. I'm kind of enjoying you. So, why can't we keep this going? I said, okay, cool. And I said, but you don't have anything to change into, and you sweaty from last night. We was dancing, your clothes are sweaty. He said, well, we can ride over to my house. I'll change clothes and then we can just kind of go from there. So we went over to his apartment, and when we got to his apartment, it was kind of empty because he had just moved there. And like I said, his car hadn't even arrived. I think that he said he had been living in DC at that point for something like 5 days. He had just got there. So we went there. It was a decent apartment, nothing wrong with it, just kind of empty. So he got in there, he goes in some boxes, pulls out some clothes, takes a shower, irons some clothes, whatever, puts them on. And we're riding around all day. But when we got in the car, one of the things that stood out to me was when we were getting in the car at his place, he said to me, he's like, you mind if I drive? I said, sure, my car's a little tricky, she's kind of old, so, just be careful with her. He's like, cool. He said, when you with me, you don't got to worry about doing nothing, He said, I'll handle the driving. The way I exhaled and sat in that passenger seat, honey, I leaned back. I was like, yes, this feels good, baby. So he's driving around. He's got his hand holding my lap the whole time. He just driving with his hand right here and just hold my lap. It felt so good, I just felt cared for as we're going through the store and everything like that, just going through our day. Every now and then he come up behind me, kiss me on the neck, be like, what you looking at right there? Blah, blah. He just was I don't know. He just was, no matter what he was saying, he just always found a way to touch me, make me feel good. We went home that evening, back to my home, spent the night there. The next day we spent time together. And then day after day, when he would have to go to work, every time he got off of work, he hit me up. Hey, what you doing? Nothing, I'm at home. You want me to come by? Yeah, come on by. It felt amazing. Eventually, after like 2 weeks of this, you know what it was. You know what happened. You know what it was, baby. Baby. When I tell you, it was, baby, grade A. All right, now I'm going to say this, okay? If you ever get some grade A, you know what, baby? Be cautious, because I'm going to tell you this right now. It ain't supposed to be that good. It's just not supposed to be that good, okay? If it is grade A, there's a problem. He is overcompensating for something, okay? There needs to be a flaw within your bedroom game. Something can't be right, because if everything is perfect, all right, something ain't right. But baby, I was too young and dumb to even know that, baby. It was perfect. I felt like this man was made for me. And by that time, honey, I was hooked. Okay. He wants to be around me all the time. Sometimes he just pop up at my house with flowers after leaving his job. Like, you got flowers for me? He wasn't much a cook, but he'd come by, baby, don't even worry about cooking tonight. Cause I used to cook every night back then. He said, don't even worry about cooking tonight. Why don't we go out? His man was just on it. Sometimes like I would leave him alone in my apartment because I need to go do something that day or whatever, like on the weekend, maybe I need to go run an errand. I come back home, my place is fully clean. He done cleaned my house top to bottom. He even dusted under the bed, stuff I would never do, right? And this man was amazing. This went on and on and on. Before I knew it, months had passed by and he had never spent a night away from my apartment. Think about that. We met on that Friday night and months went by and we never spent a night apart, because every single day or every single night, he was reaching out to me to be like, hey, what you doing? You want me to come by? Or I would be like, what you doing? And he's on the way over there. And I think that it didn't even feel forceful or feel pushed. It just was, we enjoyed spending time together. The connection and the intimacy was amazing. I had no desire to be around anyone other than him. And if there were ever a moment where I didn't think to reach out to him to come by, he was reaching out to me. Like 90% of the time, it was him reaching out to me to say, hey, what you doing? I want to see you. I miss you. Can I come by? And that felt good. It felt amazing. It was like, what did I do to be so lucky to have a man who checks on me throughout the day, who wants to spend time with me every day, who makes me feel, who makes me feel amazing, right? He was charming. He was sensible. He was every good thing until I started to notice his flaws. All right. Whew. The first thing that I noticed about him was that he had two sets of phones. He had one phone and he had this other phone that I didn't notice until his car arrived. When his car arrived from Ohio, I noticed that one time we were riding around in his car, and as we were riding around, I heard this boop, 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 boop kind of sound. And I said, what is that? He's like, what? I was like, what is that? And I was like, it's a boop, boop sound. And so I opened his little, the little armrest thing where stuff is held at, and there was a phone in there. And I was like, oh, you have another phone? I said it very, very just kind of, it was benign the way I put it. And he was like, yeah. He's like, that's my old phone. I just keep it just because some of my contacts are in there. It was like a little flip phone. So I don't even know if you could transfer contacts from that to the kind of smartphone he had. So I was like, oh, okay, that made sense to me. I said, well, why is it beeping? He said, oh, because, the only charger I have for it is a car charger. So I normally leave it in the car to charge up. And that way, when I need it, I just grab it out of here. It's just the only charge. It's an old phone. I said, okay, I guess that makes sense. Maybe you can't buy a wall charger that easy for it, whatever. So I just left it alone, but it still stood in the back of my mind just a little bit. Fast forward. We're out and about this one particular day. And as we're out and about, this kid walks by us And this kid looked just like him. And I said, baby, I said, when you a daddy one day, I said, that's how your baby gonna look. I said, he looked just like you. And he said, oh, I'm already a father. I said, you are? Right? He said, yeah. I said, how old is your child? He said, oh, my son's about 7 years old. I said, 7? For real? He was like, yeah. I was like, is there any reason why you didn't mention that before? He said, oh, I thought I did mention it. I said, did you? He's like, yeah, I thought I mentioned it when we were first, kind of hanging out. Remember when those talks we were kind of just laid up talking? I thought I mentioned it. When you didn't ask anything else about it, I figured you just weren't interested in knowing more about it. I'm thinking, well, hold on, my memory is good. I don't remember you mentioning anything like this at all. And so I was just like, okay. I don't remember that, but I just took one for the team because I was like, maybe I wasn't paying attention when he said it to me, but it still stood out to me in my mind. So that was kind of strange. But we got home that evening. I remember he was in the kitchen with me while I was cooking. I remember this. He was in the kitchen when I was cooking. He comes up behind me and wraps his arms around me, kisses my neck, puts his hand out to turn off like the burner on the stove. Cause I was in the middle of making something up there. He turns it off and grabs my hands. He says, come with me. I said, okay. So I go with him into the bedroom, and baby, that was the best yet. It was the best yet. I was like, what did I do to deserve this? Okay, it was out of nowhere, right? It felt so good. What I now realize is the strategic timing of that. Because what happened was, remember, I had pointed out something that was an inconsistency with him, which is, you didn't tell me you were a father. He tried to gaslight me into believing that he did tell me it. I was kind of fooled by that. And then when we got home later that evening, he then, you see what I'm saying? Put it down. I'm going to put it down. You're going to fall in love. I'm going to put it down. You're going to fall in love. That Brandy song, that's what he did, right? And so I didn't know that at that time, but it was another type of love bombing. And you got to pay attention to that, because when people do wrong, sometimes what they do as a way to make up for it is that's when they want to give a gift. That's when they want to use that gray day. You know what? They want to do things to distract you from it. Then fast forward from there, about a month or so later, we're sitting here, and I remember he had just gotten off a call about something, and he said to me, he's like, babe, he's like, can I talk to you about something? I was like, yeah. He's like, my landlord is just really, really being crazy with me, just giving me problems and so on. He's like, I want to propose something to you. I was like, yeah, sure. He said, I've spent the night with you pretty much every night since we met, and it's been months now. I was like, yeah. He said, what you think about us living together? I thought about it, and I'm like, I love being around this man. I love everything about this man. I love the way he touches me. I love the way he makes me feel. This is amazing. So I said, okay. Of course, I got to the money. I was like, but in terms of the bills here, you would pay half of that, right? He's like, yeah, absolutely. He's like, which works out really good for both of us, because if I'm paying half the bills here, you save money, and half of your bills here is less than what I pay at my own place. So it works out really good for us both. But yeah, I just think, I'm always here with you anyway. I already know you the one. I was like, I'm the one. He's like, yeah, I already know you the one. You the one I want to spend my life with. So what we waiting on? I mean, some people want to say we rushing it, but come on, we already together anyway. And you know what you feel towards me too, don't you? I was like, yeah, I do. He's like, so let's just do it. We already doing it, so let's just make it official. And I was like, okay, we can do that. And so we went to his place. He never had no furniture ordered there, because remember, he was with me all the time anyway. We went to his place, picked up those boxes and everything that was over there that night, brought him into my place. And from that moment forward, we were living together. And it seemed like from the moment that we started living together, the moment I gave him a key, because he didn't have a key before then, from the moment I gave him a key, I felt like something shifted. We got into our first argument not one day after he got the key to my place, right? Because I remember I had to notify the people at the desk that I was letting him live there with me, because I had to give him a key, but also they had to do like the thing to put him on the list so he can get it in and out easily. And it was like the next day, that's when I started to notice, hold on, something's a little off. We got into some petty argument about something small, and it threw me off so much because we never argued about anything. And I was just like, hold on, where is this coming from? But whatever. I kind of ignored it. It was a once in a blue moon kind of thing because it never had happened before. I ignored it. We made up. The makeup was amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. In fact, after that amazing makeup, I remember him saying, babe, I'm going to be back. He leaves out and then he comes back a couple hours later, which was cool, right? Comes back a couple hours later. When he comes back, he's got this nice box, right? Like he had gone to one of the department stores. Inside of that box, he had this like little leather laptop case in there that was for me. He's like, yeah, I noticed the bag you take to your job. It don't really look nice. It's the one that they gave you from the company. So I want to get you something really nice to take to your job. And inside of that case, right, was a little card in there saying, I love you and I can't wait to spend forever with you. It felt so good. But what I didn't recognize was that I was being love bombed. There was a pattern that was developing that every time he messed up, he would go ahead and overcompensate and overfunction by buying me gifts, by laying on the intimacy real thick, by giving me that grade A, you know what. I was being love bombed. I was being hypnotized really into being distracted from clear issues that I noticed with him. So time goes along and we started having arguments more and more frequently. But each time we had an argument, what would happen was that he moved from buying me gifts at this point in time to now trying to turn it around on me. When we'd have an argument about something, then I noticed that after the fact, he would give me it was the same pattern. He would give me the silent treatment for like a day, which is really hard when you're living in the same house as somebody and they don't want to talk to you. And I'm trying to talk to him like, listen, everything can't be on your terms. I'll talk when I'm ready. You can't create issues with me and expect me to talk. And I'm like, I created an issue with you. I mean, I ain't perfect, but I created this issue. And so for me, what I would do, because I didn't know any better at that time, was we'd have an argument and then he gave me the silent treatment for a day or two. And then I would come to him like, baby, I'm so sorry for my part that I played in this. Can we make up, blah, 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 blah. Then he'd be like, all right, well, I'm sorry too, and I'm trying my best, but baby, I need you to try harder. And I would buy into this. And we had this pattern of argue, silent treatment from him. I try to be the bigger person and apologize. He reluctantly accepts the apology, but still finds a way to turn it around on me to make me feel like it was my fault. I remember one time he had gone off me, and this is the first time he put his hands on me. He had gone off on me, and as I'm walking away from him, he grabs my arm and yanks me back. And I'm like, whoa, but when he yanked me back, it was like a lamp on a table that I bumped into. And so that fell off, it broke. It was just a very dramatic scene. And I was like, oh my God. He says to me, he's like, look what you made me do. Look what you made me do. I was like, I was shocked because he grabbed me. He said, I told you, don't walk away from me when I'm talking to you. I told you that. I told you that's the one thing you don't do. I need you to stay close to me because when you walk away from me, I feel like you're about to leave me. And I feel like, da-da-da. He starts crying. And I feel like you're going to leave me. And I feel like you're going to do this. And I don't want you. And I love you and blah, 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 blah. You're the only person in my life. I'm not close to this person. I'm not close to my mother, my father. You know that. And I'm not able to have a relationship with my son because of his mother. You know that. And so when you walk away from me, you trigger me. So now I'm feeling all bad, like, oh my gosh, like I'm traumatizing this man. I'm hurting him, right? And then I would end up apologizing for that. And then it would just go on. This was a cycle that kept going. But let me say this, honey, all right? When you come for my coins, that's when I take notice, okay? I may have been up under the love spell, but baby, this is when I start to kind of catch on, okay? Something ain't right. I was in my 20s. All right. So I was in a whole different mindset back then. I wasn't as sharp. Now I am sharp. That's why I teach all these lessons. Okay. So I come to him this one particular month. He was supposed to give me his part of rent by like the first of the month because that's when I pay my bills. I said, hey, I need your part of bills. He says, hey, I've been meaning to talk to you about that. Can you take care of my part of the bills this month? I said, what you mean? He said, yeah, I had some things come up. I had to send some money for my son and blah, 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 blah. There were some things that came up. So can you take care of my part of the bills this month? I promise to pay you back later. I said, when is later? He said, can you do it or not? Are you trying to make me feel ashamed of something? Dang, I'm coming to you as a man. Can you just help me this one time? Why you got to make me feel like this? He goes off on me. I was like, no, I'm not trying. Then why? Is it a yes or no? Is it a yes or no? If it's a no, I can go somewhere else and get it. I'm just asking, I'm coming to you first. You tell me you want me to come to you about my problems and not shut down to you, and I come to you about my problems, and you do this to me? I said, I was just asking. He's like, is it a yes or no? I said, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. He's like, all right, dang. He's like, I gotta go. You're not gonna make me feel ashamed of being a man who asked for some help. He leaves out. He didn't come home that night. He didn't come home till the next day. Okay? He didn't come home till the next day. Do you know how much torture it was inside of me, sitting up all night trying to call him and text him repeatedly? Because that's what I was doing, calling and texting him. Hey, baby, you okay? Hey, baby, I'm so sorry. Because again, I'm in my 20s. I'm under a love spell. I'm believing that something's wrong with me. He doesn't come home to the next day. When he comes home the next day, he comes in silently. And guess what he did when he came in? He acted like I had done something wrong. He comes in there, yo, what's up? I'm like, hello? And he's like, yeah. And he just goes in there. Then email come for me. I was like, yeah, that. Okay, cool. And I was like, can we talk? I'm not ready to talk to you right now. You're not ready to talk to me. I'm not ready to talk to you right now. I said, okay. All right. He said, you know what? Because I hope you had time to think about this. Because, for me, I was so upset with you. I couldn't even come back here. Ain't nobody ever made me feel that ashamed before. I'm like, I wasn't trying to make you feel ashamed, but you did. But you did make me feel ashamed. I remember him yelling that at me just like that. But you did make me feel ashamed. I said, I'm sorry. So he's like, sorry ain't enough. I need time. I came back here because I felt like it was the right thing to do, but I don't even know if I should be here right now. I'm like, no, don't leave. I'm like, don't leave, because I've been feeling like I was literally tortured. I could barely even sleep that night waiting on him to come back there. We went to bed that night, woke up the next day. A couple days won't go by. Things started to feel a little bit better. We became intimate again. Of course, it was amazing because that's what he did. Every time we went through something, the intimacy was amazing after the fact. And it felt like things were going okay. I was relieved that we just were getting along again. You know what I mean? I was relieved by that. A couple weeks go by, and I remember we was at the grocery store. And the way that we handled the bills at the grocery store was like this. Because like I said, I cooked a lot. So we had a big grocery bills. Whenever we was at the grocery store, when we would get to the counter or whatever, I would swipe my card. We would see how much it came out to, and then he would just cash at me for half of it, or use Zelle, one of those things, to pay me half of it right then and there on the spot, right? It was very easy and simple. So we get out the store, and as we're going to the car, I'm pushing the basket, and I'm waiting for him to cash at me. I didn't ask, but it was kind of my expectation. And he was like, I forgot to mention to you, I'm gonna have to give you my half a little bit later because I'm waiting on something to come through. I said, wait on something to come through. You work for the federal government. Your check come on the same schedule all the time. I didn't say that out loud because I knew that when you call him out, he goes off and runs away. So I was like, I didn't want to go through that again. And that's what you got to pay attention to. People who are narcissistic, they use silence as a weapon. They use it or rage for that matter too. They use it as a weapon to try to scare you into, or try to train you really into not holding them accountable. So what they do is, by doing that, the next time that something comes up for you to hold them accountable for, you think twice about holding them accountable, because they're either going to go off on you or they're going to disappear, and you don't want to deal with either of those things. So I thought about it because I was in that mindset, and I was like, oh, okay. I wish you would have told me before we came here, because, we could have got less stuff. He's like, really, this again? This again? I'm being vulnerable with you. I'm telling you my situation, and you making me feel bad. Come on. I'm not saying I'm not going to give you the money. I was like, it's cool. It's cool. So we get in the car. He being quiet, acting just like, just giving me the silent treatment. I remember as he's driving, he turns the music up extra loud. Like, what is this? This man was nothing like the man that I remember from those earlier days of dating. It was so bad that I started to even be less attracted to him. I just didn't want him to touch me sometimes because I didn't like the way I felt around him. So what I did, because I was really confused, I would sometimes wonder, is it really my fault that things are going this way? Is what he's saying about me true? Because, when you really love somebody, Your guard comes down with them. And that's why you got to be careful who you let into your heart. Make sure they're emotionally healthy before you let them in there, because your guard can come down. And if you are an empath, a compassionate person, just a good human being, when you see hurt in the person that you love, you can't help but start to self-actualize and wonder, what can I do different in order to not make this person feel that way? You know, some people call it codependency, but for me at the time, I just called it being loving. I'm like, well, dang, what am I doing wrong? So I just started thinking, is there something I can do different? So I even signed up for therapy. I signed up for therapy because I was like, I need to work on me. And if I'm making this man feel like this, I don't want to ruin a good thing. He lives with me and we're building a life together. I love this man. I'm in love with this man. So I went to therapy for the purpose of figuring out, what can I do to be a better partner? And I know some of y'all are watching this right now. You're like, oh, come on. You should have saw the signs. Baby, I was in my 20s. I didn't have a lot of relationship experience. I had come from a childhood of trauma that gave me abandonment issues, all kinds of stuff like that. I had my stuff, and sometimes our stuff blinds us to seeing the reality of what's happening right in front of us. And some of y'all are sitting up here who are double that age, and y'all still doing the same stuff. I'm trying to give you this so I can show you how I got out of it and how I got through it. So I went to therapy. And in the first couple of sessions of therapy, I just talked about him, talked about him, and talked about our relationship and how everything wasn't going well. And she said to me, she says, in this session, it was like about our third or fourth session, she says, I want us to do something different. I said, well, what you want to do different? She says, I only want to talk about you. I said, but I've been talking about me. What are you talking about? And she says, no, you come in here and you talk about your relationship. I want you to talk about you. How do you feel? I said, well, what do you mean? She says, no, you tell me about how you feel like you made him feel and how you want to be better for him and how you want to learn how not to trigger him and blah, blah, blah. But how do you feel? I was still kind of puzzled. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she says, I'll give you an example. You told me last week y'all got in an argument and he stormed out of the house and didn't come back for like 6 hours. And when he came back, he smelled like he had liquor on him, like he had gone to the bar. I was like, yes. And so I said, yeah, that was when I was asking him about money that he needed to pay me back because he had missed another month of paying me, half the rent. And he had gone off from me and then he stormed out. And so she's okay. How did you feel? I said, I was scared that he wasn't going to come back. She says, okay. So you were scared that he was going to abandon you? I said, yeah. She says, do you believe that he is aware? Do you believe that he's aware that you felt that way? I said, no, he wouldn't know that. And she says, I beg to differ. She says, when he has stormed out in the past, what do? I said, I called him, I texted him, try to get him to answer the phone when he comes back home. I immediately like, where were you, blah, blah, blah. And she says, exactly. You are showing him very clear indicators that when he storms out, when he gives you the silent treatment, that is triggering for you, that it scares you, that it hurts you. So he is aware of how it makes you feel. And what I want to ask you is, how do you feel knowing that he is aware of how he makes you feel in those moments, and yet he continues to do it? He knows that that's emotional torture for you, and yet he continues to do it. I said, he's not doing it on purpose. Like, like he's hurt and he just doesn't know how to process his emotions. She says, don't give him no pass. Because the fact of the matter is, you're not perfect either. But what have you done to him to purposely trigger him? What have you done? I said, I don't think I've ever tried to purposely trigger him. She said, exactly. So because you're aware of how he may respond to things, you walk on eggshells to try not to trigger him, and yet he still gets triggered. Well, at least that's what he tells you. Now, he's also aware. This is what the therapist told me. She said, he's also aware of what triggers you and hurts you, and yet he still does it. Does it appear that he walks on eggshells to try to do anything different? I said, not really. She said, when you ask him to do things different, when you tell him how things make you feel, what does he do? I said, I guess he kind of turns it around on me and makes it my fault. And she said, exactly. Okay, and I want you to picture my therapist, okay? My therapist was this full-figured African-American woman, okay? She was big earrings, just a full-figured kind of woman, big bag, big hair, okay? She very much so gave you motherly energy. You see what I'm saying? And she said, I want to ask you something, baby. Because she's called me baby. She says, I want to ask you something, baby. I said, yeah. Why don't you believe that you deserve better than to be in a relationship with a man that's using you? I said, what? She pushed that tissue box over to me because she knew it was about to come. She said, why don't you deserve to be in a relationship with somebody who's not using you? I said, he's not using me. Why would you say that? I almost got mad at her. And she says, this ain't about me, baby. This is about you. You're missing a lot of signs here, and we need to get you there quickly. All right? This man is using you. He's manipulating you. He's controlling you. There was a part of me that knew that I should be listening to her. But there was also a part of me that didn't want to hear it. But something in my gut told me to ask her this one question. I said, why do you think that? She said, well, I'll give you some examples. She said, he's using you because he's a full, able-bodied grown man who goes to work and has a good job that pays every time on time. The government ain't never missed a check. And yet and still, he's developed a habit of overspending his money and having you pay the bills. She says, how many times has this happened? It happened a lot by that point. She says, so basically, by being with you, he's able to live beyond his means and have you take care of his bills. Have you ever asked him, why is it that he never seems to have enough money to pay for his part of the rent? I said, I've tried to, but he goes off on me, so I just don't ask about it. I feel, he's told me that's his business and he don't get my financial business, so why should I get in his business? She says, no. He doesn't have a right to get in your financial business because the fact of the matter is you're not asking him for money in order to pay for your part of the bills. He's asking you for money, and therefore you have a right to ask him what's going on with his finances. And yet he turns it around on you and manipulates you into believing that your honest questions about his finances are somehow or another you being nosy or overstepping boundaries, when the truth of the matter is he's overstepping boundaries by not respecting the fact that he agreed to pay half the bills, and he consistently doesn't do it. He's using you and manipulating you with guilt from holding him accountable. I said, okay. Are there any other examples that you have? She said, yeah, he's manipulating you real good. I said, how? She said, because he knows your love languages and he markets to those. She said, one of your love languages is physical touch. Him being so good in that arena is because of the fact that he knows that distracts you from whatever he had previously done. She says, have you ever noticed that your best intimate experiences with him often follow a fight, often follow a disagreement, often follow him going away from days at a time, and when he comes back, that's when you get the best loving of your life? You never noticed that trend? I said, I always figured that was just our way of making up. She says, no. That's manipulation. He knows that distracts you. He knows that numbs you. And that's what he uses. He made it into your drug. He became your drug. Whoa, that blew my mind. That blew my mind. She says, I noticed another way that he manipulates you as well. I said, there's more. She said, there's more. She says, every time you try to hold him accountable, have you noticed that he's a slippery one? I said, what do you mean? She said, what he does is every time you try to hold him accountable, have you ever noticed that he either uses rage or silence to respond to you? I said, okay. She said, yeah. When you hold him accountable, he's either going to go off on you or he's going to disappear, or he'll do both. He'll go off on you and then disappear. I said, I just always thought he had trouble controlling his temper. She says, no, he don't do that at his job. He's not going off on his boss and walking out, or else he wouldn't have a job. So clearly he knows how to control himself in certain spaces, because certainly there are people who trigger him at work. He knows how to operate in other parts of society, not doing that, but he does that with you. He goes off on you because it's very intimidating to you. He's a bigger man. You're not going to step to him if he's going off on you. That's true. And then he gives you the silent treatment as a way to make you be more focused on his absence and more triggered by the idea of him abandoning you, so that you'll be distracted from what he actually did. Then he pops up later acting like nothing happened, or for that matter, acting like he was the victim, so that you're forced to either apologize to him or play into what he really wants, which is acting like nothing happened. And then he gives you that good intimacy again to numb you and distract you. And now y'all back to the same place and the cycle continues. I said, they're just like this. And she said, baby, I got a question for you. And I was looking down on the ground. I don't think I really heard her. And she says, look up at me. I looked up at her. She says, I got a question for you. I said, what's the question? What are you going to do about what I just shared with you? I said, what do you mean? She says, what are you going to do about these truths that you're finally ready to accept? I said, how do you know I'm ready to accept them? She said, because if you weren't ready to accept them, you wouldn't have listened to me. You could have gotten up and walked out of this session a long time ago if I was saying something that was truly offensive or not true. I gave you information that confirmed what your instincts were already trying to tell you. Now, what are you going to do about it? I said, I don't know. She said, well, until you do know, understand that every single day that you stay with him, you are giving him an opportunity to hurt you more and more and damage you more and more. And here's what you want to be careful of, that you don't let this man damage you so much that when he eventually leaves you, whoa, I said leaves me, she says, yes, he's going to be the one to leave you. Because there's no way that a man can respect you. I don't even think he respects you now for you allowing him to treat you this way. So eventually when he uses you up and no longer is able to respect you, because that's what narcissists do, and I do believe he's a narcissist, he's going to leave you and abandon you and make it your fault. And when that day comes, you're going to be so damaged and hurt and even jaded that you won't be able to date again for quite some time. And if you do date, you could end up becoming a toxic person to somebody else, because now the anger, the pain that you couldn't express to him, you're going to express to other people. So what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. She said, well, I'm here for you until you decide. As I drove home that evening in silence, driving down the street, I remember driving, it's like I don't know how I got from her office to my house. I kept thinking about that question. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I hope that everything she was saying was wrong. I even for a second considered not going back to her. I was in denial, but I also was moving into a place of acceptance and anger that I let myself go through that. So when I came into the apartment and I walked in, you got to remember, narcissists and people like that are very sensitive to your energy. So when I came, I immediately walked in, took out some food to start cooking. And he was like, you ain't gonna say hi? I was like, oh, hey, baby. I didn't even notice I didn't speak to him. Normally I came in, give him a hug. I said, oh, hey, baby. I said, I'm so sorry I was late and I just wanted to cook. He didn't know I was going to a therapist. So I was late and I just wanted to get some things cooked. He's like, cool, how was your day? I said, it was cool. He said, where you at? Where you been at? You've been coming home late, sometimes, these last couple of weeks. I said, oh, well, sometimes I'd be working late at the office. I come in there for those client projects and sometimes I'd be late there. And so that's all that is. He was like, oh, all right. And he was like, I want to ask you something. I said, yeah. He said, I was just, wondering, is it possible that I can give you part of the utility bill a little bit later on? I got something going on. I took a deep breath in because it was so close to exactly what she told me I was experiencing from him. And I was like, I said, again? He said, what? I said, again? He said, you're not going to do this. You're not going to do this. You're not going to do this to me again. He's like, you're not going to do this again. You're not going to make me feel small as a man just because I'm asking for help. I got issues with my son's mother. I got this going on. I got that going on. You're not going to do this to me again. And I turned towards him. I said, no, you're not going to do this to me again. I'd never held him accountable like that. He stands up off the couch, stands up. He's like, what did you just say? I said, you're not going to do this to me again. And I did the one thing you should probably never do with the narcissist. I call him a narcissist. I said, you're a narcissist. Say exactly my therapist said. I said, you're a narcissist and you're trying to manipulate me and you're trying to use me. I just let it all out. Let it all out on him. I had nothing. There was no filter. Baby. Before I know it, he was standing by my dining room table. He knocks everything off the table. He said, you're not going to talk to me like this. You're not going to blah, 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 because I will leave you. I will do blah, 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 blah. I will never come back here. You're not going to do this. You don't deserve somebody like me. And blah, blah, blah. He's going off. And I'm witnessing this. I was like, woo-wee. I said, you always been this way. You sick. You sick in the head. Something wrong with you. Because now all this anger from the pain I had dealt with from him from all this time, now it's coming up. I'm like, you sick. Something wrong with you. He's like, nah, you sick. Something wrong with you. He's like, every time I say something, he said it back to me. I said, you the problem. He said, no, you the problem. You the problem. You ain't gonna never find nobody as good as me. I treat you good. I'm a good man. You ain't gonna never find somebody as good as me. So I will leave you and never come back here. I said, like you always scare me with, like you always threaten to do. He said, don't play with me. He said, I will leave here. And he walks up to me and gets right in my face. Like he's standing over me because he's taller than me. He's standing over me. He says, I will leave you. I said, why are you in my face like that? He said, I want to make sure you hear me. And as he's talking, I remember his spit coming out. He was so close to me that his spit literally touched my eyelash. I could see it on the tip of my eyelash, but I didn't blink. I didn't blink at all, honey. You would have thought I was Anime Bullock, honey, all right? And we was in that car in Dallas before she went off on him. Y'all know what I'm talking about, that scene. And I'm sitting there. I said, get out my face. And I'm scared. My lip was quivering. I said, get out my face. He pushed in close with his chest pushed up against me. You got to remember, that's what a narcissist will do. Okay, that's what a sick person will do. When they can't control you in one area, they will try to dominate you in whatever way they can, even if it's physical or threats are physical. I said, get out of my face. He said, I ain't gonna do nothing. I said, get out of my face. He said, I ain't gotta do nothing. And so I go to push him back away from me, like to push him away from me, because he's touching me at this point. And he grabs my wrist and yanks him. He's grabbing him so tight. I mean, it hurt. He was squeezing, and I had a watch on and a bracelet, and he squeezed it so it really hurts, right? And he's squeezing so tight. He said, don't you ever put your hands on me. He said, if you ever put your hands on me, he said, I will beat the out of you. I said, you will what? He said, if you ever put your hands on me, I will beat the out of you. I said, get your hands off of me right now. Get your hands off of me right now. And I didn't know what else to do but talk really loud because the walls in my building were relatively thin. And I said, if you don't get your hands off of me right now, I will talk louder and louder, and eventually the police will come here. And I'm going to tell you right now, you a big man. And I don't think they're going to treat you too nice if they have to come up here. Get your hands off of me right now. He let go of him. He said, you know what? F you. I said, F me? He said, yeah. He said, you ain't. And you know what? I don't want to be with you. I felt so triggered. I said, you don't want to be with me? He said, no, I don't want to be with you. I said, then get out of my house. He said, I ain't got to go nowhere. My mail come here. I ain't got to go nowhere. I said, is that right? He said, that's right. He was already like in his boxes. He goes into the bedroom, gets in the bed, pulls the sheets up on him, and gets in the bed. I don't know what got into me. I don't know what got into me. I don't know what got into me. But what I did was I walked in that bedroom and I said, get out of my house. And when I said that, he looked at me and he looked at me the way he never looked at me because, honey, what I felt was rage. And big or small, when somebody feels rage, watch out. I said, get out of my house, get out of my house, get out of my house. I'm just screaming. There's no way the neighbors didn't hear me. He looks at me like this. I yanked the sheets off the bed and I grabbed his arm. I'm trying to pull him. He won't get up. So I grabbed his legs and I'm dragging him off the bed. He fell off the bed. I remember hearing his body go boom, thump on the ground. I said, get out, get out. I'm trying to drag him. Honey, I was Anime Bullock. And he was like, I said, get out of my house. And I'm trying to drag him and I'm dragging him and I'm screaming and I'm yelling. I said, get out of my house. So I'm calling the police. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. I scared him so bad that all he could do was he grabbed his pants, grabbed his shirt, grabbed his wallet, grabbed his keys, and he just runs out the door, runs out. He's looking at me like, you crazy. He looks at me and he leaves. And when he leaves, I didn't hear from him that night. I didn't hear from him the next day or the next day. And I did something different that I never had done before. I responded to him with the powerful weapon of manipulation that he kept giving me throughout all that time. I responded to him with silence, which is kryptonite to a narcissist. I did not call him. I did not text him. I did nothing more than give him silence. After about 3 days, next thing I know, I get a text from him. Hey, can you call me? Silence. The next day, I miss you. I'm sorry. He's never apologized to me really, like ever, really, especially not no text. Silence. Next day, my front desk calls me. There are flowers for you at the desk. I come down there from him. I left him there. He texts me. Did you get my gift? Silence. I called my therapist. I said, you be proud of me. It's been 5-6 days. I've been giving him flowers. She said, and? I said, I stood up to him. She says, no, you're avoiding him. Standing up to him is getting your closure. Standing up to him is setting a boundary. Standing up to this is ending it. If you done, you done. Let him know that. Because all that's going to happen is eventually you're going to get tired of the silence. He going to get tired of the silence. And y'all going to be back at square one. Now you're doing to him what he does to you, which is give you silence until they break down and give you an apology and you feel like responding. If you're done with him, be done with him. Whew, honey. Now don't judge me, okay? But I made up in my mind that we was done. So I finally responded to him and I said, can you come by after work? As soon as he comes by, so y'all don't do this, okay? I'm telling you, this was some toxic stuff, okay? He comes by. As soon as he comes through the door, I open the door and he's standing there like this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I knew that was fake. I knew it was fake. But I made up in my mind. I was done. I was tired of going through that. So he comes through the door, and immediately when he comes through, I walked into him, I wrapped my arms around his neck, I kissed him, and I unbuttoned his shirt, undid his pants, pulled him into the bedroom. His pants were around his ankles. He got to walk like this. And I'm pulling him to the bedroom, baby. Now, don't do this. When I tell you, I got that good, so good. I did what I had to do, baby. I did. Honey, I did it like it was the last hurrah. Okay, I did that thing like it was my last meal and we was about to go down death row, and we were. We was about to execute this relationship, and I'm having my last meal, baby. And I made sure it was steak and lobster, okay? I literally, honey, okay? The way he was looking at me was with this look like he just was like mesmerized. But for me, there was a coldness in my eyes. I could feel it, honey. I could feel it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of was just, I objectified him. I'm like, before I send you away, I'm gonna get what I want. Because you hurt me. It is what it is. I'm not saying to do it that way, but that's what I did. I'm honest about it. And after it was all done, he was like, baby, I'm so happy that we get to work through this, right? And he's about to get up and take a shower. And as he gets up to take a shower, right, he goes in there and he comes out the shower and he's drying off and everything like that. And he's just dripping wet with this towel. And so he got a towel. He's like, baby, I'm sorry. And I thank you for forgiving me. I said, baby, I never said I forgave you. He said, what? I said, I never said I forgave you. He said, so why am I here? I said, you here because of the fact that I needed to let you know that, you know, when you give me silence, it's your way of trying to rope me in and give me a lesson so I can become more compliant and I'd hold you accountable. But my silence towards you was me building up my strength to leave you. I'm done. We done. He said, what are you talking about? I said, we're done. We're done. You can tell me I'm the most toxic person on earth. You can tell me everything you've been trying to tell me this whole time to try to turn around on me and make me seem like I'm the bad guy. The way that you insult me is you accuse me of the very things that you do. You can say all about me. You can tell our friends, you can tell your family, you can tell whoever that I'm the worst person on earth. But guess what? What you won't be able to tell them is that I'm with you anymore. We're done. He looks, drops the towel. So this time he's wearing nothing. And walks over to the closet to look in there to see was his stuff still in there. Baby, that whole half the closet was empty, was completely empty. Every drawer was empty. The whole thing was empty. He's like, where my stuff at? I said, baby, your stuff is in boxes. It's downstairs. There's a storage unit that the desk gave us access to. Your stuff is in that storage unit. You can leave your stuff in there for a little while until you find a place. The key to the storage unit is at the desk. He said, are you serious? I said, I'm absolutely serious. And he starts walking towards me. I said, hold on. Before you do that, what I want to make very clear to you is I've let the neighbors know on both sides. So they were my friends. I've let the neighbors know on both sides what I was doing today. And they are home. They are home. And if I scream, if I yell, they have been alerted to call the police immediately. Do you hear me? He said, you know you're real effed up for this. You sick. Something wrong with you. You know how narcissists do. They try to make you like you the bad guy. I said, well, if I'm really that sick or something's that wrong with me, then you shouldn't want to be with me anyway. So get out of my house. Leave. Goodbye. He looked at me. He put his clothes right back on that he came in with, because that was all he had there. I didn't even have his toothbrush still in there. I'm surprised he didn't know, so I was taking a shower, right? Nothing was in there. He put his clothes back on. He walks towards me like he wants to hug. I was like, don't touch me. Get out of my house. And he goes to walk out. I was like, oh, yeah. And as a reminder, I've changed the locks. I was like, and if you want to go through the route of trying to report me for putting you out or whatever, honey, you can do that. I said, I'd rather sit in a courthouse than have you in my house again. I guarantee you that. I said, and if there's a court on this earth that lets you back in this house, trust and believe the hell you will experience when you come back to this house will make you regret the day that you ever met me. Let me be real clear with you about that. He said, I said, yeah, get out of my house. He walked out. As soon as I closed the door, I dropped down to the ground and I broke down crying. I was so sad. I was sad. I was sad. I was proud of myself, but I was sad for the fact that the dream that I hoped for, the dream that I hoped that he would be able to get better, that we could have a better relationship, that I was just imagining everything. I dreamed, I wish that everything was my fault, because we love to blame ourselves, because if we blame ourselves, we don't have to hold the other person accountable. If we're the only problem, then we can fix it. But when you know the problem is somebody else and they can't be fixed, you got to give up on them. You really can't. You can't be with them. I had to accept that. And I knew I would never see him again. And I cried and I cried and I cried. But eventually that grieving turned to power. That pain turned to power. Because I recognized that I did something for the first time that built a muscle in me that I would forever have within me, which is that I stood up for myself and I decided that you were not going to take advantage of me. No man, nobody was ever going to take advantage of me again. And I'm going to tell you, once you learn that lesson, you will hold on to it forever. If you're in a tough relationship right now, just know that you don't have to stay in it. You can leave, even though it's hard. And once you take that step to leave, let me tell you this, you will build a muscle in you that will prepare you to protect yourself even better the next time. Click like and click share on this. Until next time, remember, I love you, but you got to love yourself enough to protect yourself and not let toxic people keep access to you.
Y'all go like, share, and subscribe to MJ Harris. I love me some MJ. I love me some MJ, y'all. So tell me what y'all think. What y'all think? Castle, you bad babes. You just missed the ending. All right, Ro. All right, all right, all right. Finally got something she haven't seen, y'all. Finally. Britt, yes, he got his power back, Britt. Rose said that too. Got his power back. And say he a dude. So he has his man strength too. That's why he was dragging him off that bed. Remember, it actually was two dudes. But this still happens with most relationships. And you're right, but I mean, they strength will still pretty much match each other just as well as two females. Yeah. But what don't match is, you know, male and female. Of course, we all know that. It was a great video, Mel. Thank you, Britt. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. Yes. And you, bro, I'm always gonna do you. You always will get over it. I don't know how it's been years now. You get over it, child. Get over it. Get your tail over it, honey. Mama 3 still here. My beautiful self. She say that's exactly how you have to deal with narcs and then have no contact. Absolutely. At all. At all. Now I can say this as far as with my personal experiences. I haven't been in like a full narc relationship, or I had the full, it's different levels to them, but everybody has some type of narcissist traits up in them. We all are aware of that, but when it comes a little bit more towards the mental part, you know, or up to the level the y'all know what I'm saying, up to those different levels, where it becomes more mental. Um, I've been sitting here listening to the video, and even when I listened to the video the first time, I still was trying to recall like relationships that I have been in. It would be bits and pieces of it. You know what I mean? Not necessarily a full narc. You know what I mean? If y'all understand what I'm saying, it hasn't been like it's different levels to everything. You know what I mean? Just as like it's different levels to narcissistic people. So it's just like as I look back on my own life, and even within when I was dating, and times when I was in a relationship, and stuff like that, and I still kind of like look back towards certain stuff like that, as far as it being like really traumatic. I've had certain experiences where it wasn't this full, it wasn't fully like MJ experience, you know what I mean? And some people have experienced a lot more, from what he've experienced. So we all know it's different strokes for different folks, but yeah. But I thank God for the people, the survivors from narcs, you know um we always have to educate ourselves when it has to do with all of these different personalities, especially when you very first meeting people, when you getting ready to start dating. So that plays a real important part when it has to do with dating or starting to go back to dating. Kansas say, I heard the indie man. I love Malcolm MJ Harris. Yes, I love him too. He keeps it real. He has some awesome stories with great lessons, and he's an awesome storyteller as well. Definitely is. Bro, baby, I ain't got time. Whatever. I'm not falling for none of that. And say, stay away from me. Don't have time. But as he stated, Ange, also, is that he was younger. So he was pretty much, at a virgin fact of knowing any of the things. It was his first experience, I believe. And the first experience can really be hard. And sometimes that first experience could be your last experience. It just depends on the level of experience that you went through. Some people make it out and some people don't, unfortunately. But yeah. Britt say, yeah, I've had bits and pieces of a narcissist. Yeah. That's exactly what I've experienced, Britt. Like bits and pieces. I don't know if I just caught the flags. I don't know. Maybe I was just me just being the type of person that I am. Once I see some shit, it's just gonna turn me off completely. Like that turn off be something so big. Like seriously. Oh, okay, and you saying just you. That's cool. I was speaking more generally, but yeah, I understand that as far as what it just when you speaking on yourself. Yes, child. He covered so much on so many different levels on his video. Since nobody has anything else to say, I know people have been commenting up in the comments during the video. I was trying to interact with everybody's comment. But I do have another video if nobody else have anything else to say. It is an open panel. If you wanted to share a story or anything as far as your experience with love bombing, let me know. Put something up in the chat or whatever. I'll probably wait about a good 1 minute and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the next video. Y'all ain't gonna get me for no doggone 8 hours like y'all did me last night. Not tonight. Not tonight. Y'all did me wrong last night, but y'all hung in there with me, so that's what's up. Britt say, I used to talk to someone that used me. Tried to move in. That wasn't going to happen. Tried to text me asking and that he missed me. Yeah. As you can see, pretty much, it's all basically the same stuff, It's crazy. It's like the same stuff. It's like the same process. They use have the same agenda, and it's the same process with them for some reason. Because your story seems similar to the video we just got done watching. And I watched a couple of other videos that was pretty much based off the same thing, and it's the same story. It's crazy. It is crazy. All right, y'all. So I'm going to go ahead and start this other video. Red say I never respond to them. The text, he is one that missed, and out and he wanted. You got to retype that, Britt, because I want to be able to read it to exactly how you trying to say it or saying it. I don't want to misinterpret what you're saying. Lord. Okay. Sorry, y'all. So where's my other one? My other video that I was going to play. Okay, this was one, y'all. Got to get up in here. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. I did not see this video all the way through, so y'all let me know. Let me know. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. I ain't talking to you, bro.
Look, man, that's fine.
White boy.
That's fine.
You ain't no dirty white boy.
That's fine.
You a white boy.
Okay.
Pussy white
So
boy.
look.
On January 1st, 2023, Officer David Raymond and Officer Johnson were dispatched to a local quiet neighborhood, responding to a distressing call about a trespasser. Upon arrival, they were met by a lady named Miss Allen, a mother in distress. She pleaded with the officers, explaining that her grown-up son, Michael Sims, was refusing to leave. With a heavy heart, she disclosed that Michael didn't reside there despite his claims. She made it clear that she wanted him out to keep her home safe and peaceful.
The dog, what now?
Oh,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm all right, sir. How are you?
Hello.
Hey, Officer. I can't pronounce your name, so please.
Just call me Gus.
Mr. Gusto. Get Michael out of here. Look at how he done taken, destroyed my children. Room in there. I just cleaned that room up this morning at 3 o'clock.
For my pants.
When I came in from, you know what we call worship. Oh, no, God, worship service. I came in, me and her, and we cleaned that room completely up. We was up about 3, 4 o'clock this morning. Look at this. Look at that kidney stuff on that stuff.
And she'll leave me out there in the cold.
He's 31. It's not my responsibility.
Let's just calm down a little bit.
But I say here. Female clothes I bought.
See if he's
For a
willing to
female.
talk to us outside.
I don't want to talk outside.
See, he got a nasty attitude, Mrs. I'm sorry.
While she talking, she hit on me.
I don't hit on him, no. If he's a grown man, he know I ain't gonna kill him. But ain't no chair going. Look, get him out my house. Get him away.
Do you know, so I know last time I was out here, he was having like a mental health issue. Did you know, is he on any medication?
No,
Or?
they don't do nothing, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Okay.
This time, he can't come here no more. Boy from here.
Okay.
Boy, I can't do it no more.
Well, we can't bar him because he's been living with y'all.
No, he don't. That's what everybody keeps saying. He live here. He don't stay. He just here inside live on the street. He don't stay here. He just use this address to keep running out of jail. And I wish they would quit letting him just put an address on
Gus,
his paper.
let's see if he's willing to go with EMS.
He keep using my address and keep
I know last time I was out here, they were supposed to give him some medication.
I had a paper where I just ran out. I probably got it.
Yeah, because you're using my address to keep letting him use it. He don't stay. Come on, Dante, stay here. Do you see Dante when you go to bed at night?
Where did you get the
If you have to check with that house, at 292 Blackstone Creek, Florida. Rolling, Florida. Before we got our ovation, his address was 292 Blackstone Creek, Florida, Groveland, Florida.
How do you end up down here?
How he got back down here?
Yeah.
Because he had to go to court. He had got up there. Got to do it with my sister. probation officer agreed that they go up there.
A female that I was talking to me, and I walked in
But
the
he had
yard.
a court that me and her both did it. He went back to court, he was gonna come back. So he came down
I
here
was talking to her like
everything
the type of person that I am.
and the time that he came
And
out,
I
court,
came
the
out
time
of
for him to go back.
like as far as like trying to
Go
get her.
medicine.
But when he
The
when I
doctor
walked out the yard,
Gotcha.
And he didn't get to go see the doctor because the court case fell on the same.
she walked in the house with some dude on the court, but I knocked on the door. He
And
was
the
like,
psychiatrist, I really don't know what they call it. He was like 2-3 days
Go to her
late.
car, check my pipe.
So he never did
Go to her car. They said I tried to enter the car.
Okay.
So he was down here and he wouldn't go back. And the probation officer was like, she knew the same thing, that she was not gonna get it once she came.
So then outside and
So he's been down here, same thing.
What time for?
And haven't been back. And my sister been trying to get him to come back, trying to get him to come back. His children been trying to get him to come back, but he just, he get to talking.
They say bipolar. Everybody bipolar.
He gotta get suited up, suitable. I don't know, he gotta get something before he go back. And he keep cutting his washing machine on. I'm sorry, and I believe we don't cut washing machine on for that. He keep trying to cut this thing on. I'm trying to cut that off too. And he got to get out my house. Plain and simple. Because he don't stay here with me. And I keep telling y'all that. Only people stay here is me, him, Paul, and then it's another little girl that's a 10-year-old that stay here. He don't live here. He might come here and spend the night sometime if I pick him up and then come here and get him out the cold. Other than that, he don't stay here with me.
Gotcha.
I think I need to put it at 10:30.
Yeah, I keep his clothes because he don't have nowhere for his clothes to go. And he clothes live here. If you want to say they live here, he don't. But he ain't got nowhere to put his clothes.
She ain't over. That's what they tell you.
You could just show me kind of what he did.
I had that room completely clean. Completely clean. Kicking their toys.
Just destroyed everything.
They destroyed their room. Kicking their stuff everywhere.
Ain't no sense in all that.
It just really ain't. They were clean completely. Oh, I was
They
up
ain't
to
gonna
3
come in there and
o'clock
throw
in
my
the
clothes on
morning.
the floor. I ain't gonna have that. I ain't what we doing too much stuff. I ain't what you
Then they kicked the bathroom. Don't do that. Don't do that. Mommy, turn that down to that.
I told you. I mean,
Get your stuff up.
I don't even do nothing. Just sit back and just really just watch over the house.
What's that?
What's she pushing on me for?
I can't help you no more.
Come on, man. Why she felt crazy when I moved out the way and she fell in the tub?
I can't help you no more. You
He's
can't
trying to
help me.
find a couple of clothing items. You're missing what, a black shirt and a white shirt? you
No,
said?
it's a pair of tights. Like y'all bought 3 pair of tights for a female, and one
Hey, they got
on
a job about
one
that.
on black. The black pair got missing. I ain't say nothing about that. As long as with a white shirt, and it's champs
Yeah, he
champ
was job about
joggers like this. They
I
like
work
green
every
and
day.
yellow and green.
Every time he
green,
come
yellow.
here, he say
So you got
something missing.
some female.
Nobody.
Okay, I'm looking at y'all comments. Brett say this man is crazy. You talking about a 30, what are you, 32? A 32-year-old man is still living in his mom's house. That's the number one problem. You know, number two, I don't know if he has any mental conditions or anything like that. But whatever it is, mom is highly upset. She is highly upset and she is over it at this point. Because I just feel like still, I mean, I've seen people with several disabilities still work. And as a 32-year-old man, I don't give a damn. Ninja, you better go mow some lawns, go back to school, start you your own lawn company, whatever it is, figure it out. You know, so at this point, mama is tired.
Nobody goes in
Yeah,
his
they
stuff.
got a D on the back part right here.
Okay, and a white shirt.
Yeah, I ain't saying nothing about the white shirt and the black pair of the pants though.
Okay.
But this time, them pants right there, come on. I got
That's the first time he's ever said something about a white shirt and a black pant. I promise y'all. Nobody goes in his stuff and nobody wants to
Me
hear
and my wife
about
really
it. I
got gone.
promise you.
To her sister, I ain't even say nothing about that.
To my sister.
I'm talking about the Harmony sister.
Awesome. I promise you. They got boo-hoo coolers of clothes. That's all I do at work.
You better ask them who will feed them every day. You in here feeding
I
our
work to take
Hey,
care
that's
of them.
enough of the back and forth with you guys.
That's
Okay?
all
So I don't need you to go back and forth. I take care of my kids. I work 3 jobs.
I understand that, but we're trying to figure out the best course of action here.
So Michael, to get out of my property.
This ain't your property. I stay here too. This grandma property.
He don't stay. with
Grandma
me.
raised me.
Are you willing to just kind of go somewhere for a
Nah,
little bit?
I'm going with her.
He's not going with me, period, officer.
Talking about.
Period.
Then I get here, you start and let me in the gate like I'm a lame or something.
Nobody's.
Now I'm talking about her.
Okay.
Because he don't live here.
You is a damn lame. You
where
32. Get
is
your
he at?
ass on some
I'm
damn
going
well.
to
She don't live here.
Sure.
Tell her to show you her name on something.
I want
My
to
name on the
talk
bill.
to y'all one at a time, okay,
Come on,
Mr.
man. Her
Sims?
name ain't on nothing.
Come on, this grandma
My
house.
grandma name.
They says, get
Everything I
your
got there is my
ass
grandma name.
on
I dead
somewhere.
lady.
Okay,
How can a dead lady bar me that raised me?
Mr. Sims.
Come on, man. Nah, it just pissed me off, bro.
I understand.
I sat outside.
Yeah.
Come on,
You
man.
live here, right?
32-year-old Michael kept insisting that he lived there, even though there wasn't much to prove it. The officers felt for Miss Allen, stuck in the middle of a tough situation.
So he, I guess, doesn't stay here. He just occasionally stays here. His mom lives here, and they want him to leave, and he's not willing to leave.
Has he been bored?
Not yet.
Do they want to bar?
Yeah,
If they don't want to bar her, we can't do that.
yeah, they do want to bar him.
Okay.
Just wanted to.
So basically, and he's refusing to leave, basically?
Yeah.
Is he claiming to live here or anything?
Yeah.
Have you seen any proof as far as like what he's saying?
I haven't, but I think he showed something to Gus that had this address, but
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't determine residency. So,
But everybody inside, including the kid, is saying that he doesn't
okay.
reside here.
So, all right. So yeah, just go ahead and conduct.
Even though the cops tried to talk to Michael to get him to leave nicely, he just got angrier and angrier. His sister even started moving the TV, showing that she was worried that he might break things like he had done before. He also
And that's the thing, Britt. You know, at least he has that. He has a job. He has a car. You know what I mean? And he's able to, you know, get himself back and forth and do, you know, just be his independent self and be an independent man and still be there for his mom. But in this case, it looks like, no, he just basically he just don't want to go nowhere. He claiming that this not your house, this grandma house. It ain't your house either. You a grown man. Go ahead on and do what you need to do. If you ain't helping out on nothing, your presence is irrelevant. Goodbye, son or not. Shit.
also hurled profanities and racial derogatory remarks at the officer.
More, Miss Sims. Hey, so these officers tell me you say you live here.
Yeah.
What's your proof that you live here?
I just show him face.
No. So like, it's not paperwork.
and everything.
So that doesn't matter. That doesn't determine residency.
Bills are in
So
my name.
that doesn't determine residency
For
either.
her too. That's what I'm telling her.
So that doesn't.
So who has the right to say who leaves?
So how
I
much
understand what
how
you're
much how much stuff do you have here?
I have my clothes. She
Like
done
what
committed
what do you mean?
About 3 times she done threw
Like-
4, 5 bags of clothes away, shoes and all
So
that.
like
away.
what do
They
you?
don't buy me nothing.
So
back. I don't even ask.
wait. You're circling my question. How much clothes?
A trash bag.
You have a trash bag here
Yeah.
currently of clothes, and that's it.
Yeah, shoes and my
Shoes.
hygiene, my box, my sock, all my stuff.
Can you do you have it like in a specific room or
Yes.
where?
In the room and there.
Okay. Can you show me?
Why you running on me like that?
No,
bro?
I'm just following you. I don't know where we're going.
You running on me though. You
I'm-
in the room right there.
I'm not. I don't know where we're going. You stay in the kids' room? This looks like.
Yeah, but that's her husband. Why she don't sleep in there?
So
bro?
this is all you got.
Yeah, bro. Come on,
Okay.
man. And
So-
my shit get missing.
So this is not enough for you to say that you live
How the hell
somewhere.
that ain't enough? That's all I got.
That's like a suitcase.
She
You-
keep throwing it away though.
Okay.
Come
So
on, man. That's all I got.
okay. Well, this doesn't look like this would be a room for you. This doesn't look like it'd
It
be.
don't matter. This where I'm
No.
at, bro. What you
But
mean?
you can't say you live here
How I can't?
because you don't have enough stuff to prove it.
Man, I don't give a damn. Like to do watch. This all I got, bro.
Okay. Well, I'm telling you, that's not enough. So she's gonna want to borrow you from the property.
Man, she can't bar me for nothing, home.
Okay. And that's fine.
You just trying to
but
lock me up, dog.
I'm
Fuck
not.
you mean?
I'm just.
This all I got. She threw all my stuff away, bro.
Okay.
Come on, man.
When did she throw it away?
Multiple times.
Okay, and then why weren't we
For what?
told?
Why when y'all called?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're the victim of a crime of being or your property being thrown away and destroyed, why didn't you call us?
Because I don't do that.
You need Miss Simpson.
Okay.
They just her. She
Yeah.
mean, bro, how you gonna bar me for somewhere I stay at?
Okay.
See, her name ain't no name. Her name ain't no name. Y'all ain't finna check me, bro.
Okay.
Man, nah, cause y'all, I feel like y'all on some bullshit.
Oh, we're
bro.
not. Oh, we're,
You already talking about that ain't enough clothes.
That's not.
Come on, man. I ain't got shit. I ain't gonna touch you, bro.
Oh, that door is not attached.
Okay, let me I want to go to y'all comments. Okay, Britt say, very much over it. Yes, mom, she wants to get it. She wants it to go away. The person I used to talk to, he's okay. I said that already. Rose said hoarders, and Britt says, yeah, he needs a job and get his own place. Yes, he has a car and job, but no woman want a man that lives with his mother, though. She also says, yes, sounds like a hoarder. So sad he has a mental problem going on. No, I believe they just been coddled. They've been coddled. Like, and that's something I'm definitely about to, because I did coddle my son. And it's something like it's really at some point it's really hard to not coddle your child, and I'm only speaking of being an angel mom. Because this is my only son that I have left, and that was more so of my reason of calling him. But he has to be a grown man at the end of the day. He has to be able to stay on his own, live on his own, know how it feels to be on his own with mom not around all the time, and just try to have a peaceful life. But in this case, I've seen many cases like this as far as like adults being at the age frame that they are. Like they literally has been coddled the entire time. They was more dependent upon grandma, more so than probably mama. For real. More so dependent upon grandma than they was mama. It's something else that's there. It's probably a lot of trauma that's there with that as well. But a lot of it's a lot of situations and a lot of Black families that go through this. Like they literally do not want to leave home at all. Like that's gonna be home forever, no matter what. It's a sad situation, but when home is home, home is home. Like even if your mom, these are your mom parents. So what if the mom name not on nothing or whatever the case may be, maybe the grandparents didn't get a chance to change nothing over. Like you don't know what the case may be. If you're a grandchild and you're the child of your mom parents, you're the child of your mother's, but these are your mother's parents' house. What makes you think that you have more entitlement than she do? This is your mom's parents' house or your mom's house. It's not your mom's house. It just, it's sad at the end of the day. It really is. But a lot of, unfortunately, I'm not going to even say limit it off to Black families. I'm just going to say a lot of families go through this. I know I've experienced it. And it was something that I really chose in my life that I didn't want my kids to ever experience it. You know what I mean? Like get out here and get into the world and live your life. And, but they always like to move around. They more homebodies, but they be in the house the majority of the time, but they will move around when they get bored. And that's about it. It's like the same thing, same way that I move. If I get bored enough, You know, like seriously, I'll go out and I'll go chill out somewhere. But I would confine myself up in the house, you know, because that's me. Unless I got something to do, I gotta do what I need to do, you know what I mean? And then I'm back in the crib. Like my life is completely simple. I'm not running from nothing. And you know, I mean, shit. I'm just trying to live a peaceful life.
Her name, she need to go there. That's what her name is.
Okay, so if you live here, why does your address on your license come back to Nelly B Avenue?
Because I've been had license. Been had license
So-
since I was like 18.
Okay, and I'm clear that it says that.
Why they took my license for? When I was in prison for nothing. Somebody ain't show the court. Come on, bro.
So-
I can't. I'm in prison.
So, just for information,
They've been doing
this,
bullshit to me, bro.
this doesn't prove that you live
How
here.
it don't, bro? It shows you my
I-
address
It
right
shows
there.
that you're using
That's
this
my address.
address.
No, it shows
as-
you my address. That's my address.
But you have no
I get
physical.
mail here.
Okay, so that doesn't matter.
I'm not stupid.
that
That
doesn't-
don't matter.
That doesn't determine residency.
I understand what
You
you're saying.
can get mail at 240 North
I
Avenue.
understand what you're saying, but
Yeah.
it's the same thing for her as well.
Well, she's got enough stuff here to
That don't mean
make it look like
shit.
she lives here.
That don't mean nothing. That's my stuff. That's all I got.
Okay,
And that's all I can't get that because of her. I be trying to go to jobs and everything. She won't help.
but she doesn't
And I
have
be
to
getting
help.
barred from buses for nothing.
Okay, is she in
Come
the
on,
back bedroom?
I ain't going nowhere with the
I'm
tree.
gonna go talk. Can I speak to her?
Shit, we let him.
Oh.
She's in the shower right
Oh, okay.
She wants some. Why you think she in the shower? Yeah.
I don't know.
You came in.
I'm just telling you what I observed because
It don't matter, bro. That's my shit.
it does because
That's my shit.
if
My
somebody
name here.
it doesn't
My room right there.
that's not your
That
room
is my room. How you gonna tell me where I sleep at?
because
It don't matter. That's where I sleep at. Cause when the other sister said, "What do you do, homie? You go in." Going there, right? So I can sleep in the bed. Yes, she do. She going up for some reason. I don't know why she get
So-
on the floor, but I understand
so
why
this
she's
is-
doing it. So I got
so this
somewhere
is-
to kick back.
Mr. Sims, this is very
You
this
got a lie, Horn.
is very simple.
Come on, man.
So, Mr. Sims, this is very simple, man. We're just here for a barring.
Nah, I ain't finna get barred for
So-
nowhere where it's safe for me.
So that doesn't.
Come on.
So you not believing that you live here,
Now, how the fuck I don't believe I live here, man? You
So-
pissing me off, bro.
and that's fine.
I
It's
get
not.
the fuck out.
No, I'm
Get
not.
out.
I was
stay
called here for a legal purpose. I'm here doing a legal
duty.
duty.
So
So-
I'm getting hit on.
Y'all, this is a clear case of, okay, grandma passed away and now it's everybody's house. That's what it looked like to me. It's a case of grandma gone and it's everybody's house. I live here. I got 2 beds of clothes. I live here. This is my grandma. This is my grandma's house. What y'all doing up in here? You know, like it's crazy because it's more so of their mom house than it is theirs. But at the end of the day, you know, okay, y'all going back and forth to jail or doing whatever it is, and y'all not helping out with what needs to be done. That's obvious inside of the house. I didn't even see the front of the house, but it was also said that that one of them had just got up out of jail. So, baby bad, this is definitely clearly a case of, you know, I don't even want to say it, but grandma gone and it's everybody's house.
What?
I'm getting hit on.
What does that mean?
I'm getting hit.
What does that mean?
Like I just said, you don't understand. She hitting on me.
Why is she? How is she? What does that mean to you?
Christian and hitting on me.
When?
And hit me with weapons.
When?
Try to bulldoze me in the bathroom. I moved out the way and she fell in the tub.
So why is it? Officers been here at least 30 minutes.
Y'all move out the way. You ain't finna hurt me either.
So,
it's a lesson.
So why is it? Officer been here about 30 minutes. This is the first time anybody said
anything.
it.
30 minutes. Boy, cool.
So you might have talked to you here.
Oh, yes, sir.
Come out. I'm sorry. I'm finna get barred from
I had to put the clothes on. I can't make it.
So who is he to you?
Dante is my oldest
I'm right
son.
here.
I'm sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. I get it. It's high emotion, high everything.
He didn't call you. I want to hear too, bro.
Hey, look.
I want to hear too.
Okay, well,
I don't trust him.
that's fine. But
what do you want?
See, this is how
so who's he to you?
Dante, my son.
Yes, your son. How long has he ever lived here before?
Dante, years ago. He been in and out of jail. He can't live nowhere.
So when was the last time he lived here?
Years ago.
Okay. Does he have any stuff here?
Now I ain't gonna lie, I keep it closed because he ain't got nowhere for his clothes.
Who's gonna stay here? Talking about the trash bag of clothes?
Yes, now I ain't gonna lie, these clothes in him because he don't got nowhere to put his clothes.
Okay.
So I keep it closed. The only way he got in the gate today, because he called me. He said, "Can you let me out? I'm going in and out. Coming to change my clothes. I'm coming in to get my clothes.
Yeah, but how she tell me
go out.
I'm talking. How am I talking to you?
Hey,
look, can you step out?
It like
Okay. So this is exactly. Okay. So I'm talking to her. I'm not talking to you.
And I tell my son.
So
he called me at 7:50 something. I can't remember. It was 7. I said, I'm not getting up to 8:15.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll let you in. Like I said, I stayed up to almost me and her to like 4 o'clock cleaning that room up in there this morning because we got in from church. And I picked her up. She got here about 2 something. Her mama gone. No, actually stayed at the 4 because her mama got here 2 something. So and he kind of kicked him out. Stole him my stuff.
Miss Sexton,
so these officers tell me you wanted him barred from the property.
Yeah, get him out.
Okay, so
I'm
question. Just out of curiosity, if you want to bar, if he refuses to leave, do you want to pursue criminal charges?
Get him out of here.
No. So
I can't do it no more.
So I gotta hear yes or no.
Yes, I'm
Okay.
tired.
All right.
So I can't get high.
So if you want to,
I pay bills. Okay,
right.
my name, her name ain't on nothing. No, her name is on no bill though. It's me and my sister.
Is any of that true?
I'm just saying though, it's not. It's a crime.
And this is your room, right? All your stuff. Okay. Just make sure.
My
He's
mama
claiming
died
that he's
2017, and it's 4 of me.
yeah. He's
my
claiming
brother,
that
and 2
that
sisters.
room with the kid stuff in it
No,
is his
it's
room.
Harmony and Miss Esther.
Yeah, and we already talked to her.
Pull to the side, and I'll be in here doing this.
They already get your information.
No, baby.
It's the same thing for her too.
No, I'm tired.
How long do you want to borrow him for? It's up to 2 years.
To 2 years or until he takes medical treatment.
What's your first name?
Diane, last name Allen.
What was that last name?
Allen. You want my ID?
Yes, please.
Okay.
That's okay.
I don't got somewhere to stay.
So how the
Go to her house.
how the barring process works is it's very simple. I know he's a little bit animated right now because obviously it's a kind of high intense situation, right? A lot of emotions when a police officer enters a home. So the way the way the barring process works is basically the way the barring process works is you tell them, hey, you're barred from this location for 2 years, you can't return, and that's it. And if you refuse to leave after that, well, I'll take him into custody. So I got 2740.
I'm tired. Then Holly gonna do something to my gate. He's gonna do something to me.
I got a
my
2740.
my cars.
I'm gonna do something. I ain't sitting down time to do something.
What my phone?
054730543. It's for the complainant, Diane Allen.
You got my phone?
No.
Okay.
What if I would have hit him for walking?
All right. So if you want to go ahead and tell him,
Oh, no. Okay.
you should, yeah, tell you barred for 2 years, can't return.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes. You born for 2 years until you get mad. Listen so you can help.
Walking up on me.
Pay attention.
Now he ain't finna take me and I ain't leaving.
Listen so you can pay attention. You are born for 2 years until you get mad.
Let me the streets.
Well, you bring yourself because you look at your routine basis like this. When it damage my stuff.
See, police, not go 1095.
Get knocked down.
So your options are, Mr. Sims, or either A, you can leave and not get any criminal charges pressed against you. If you refuse to leave, since you've been
You
already,
want to lock me up anyway, because y'all know how I am.
but you can leave right now, and not get locked up.
That's what you trying to do,
You
huh?
can leave so you don't get locked
You a
up.
pussy, man.
Oh, look, man, that's fine.
White boy.
That's fine.
You ain't no naughty white boy.
That's fine.
You a white boy.
Okay.
Pussy white
So
boy.
look, I'm just giving you your options, man.
Pussy ass white. Put your kids in the
You
street.
can
Put your
leave.
kids out there with
So look, you can leave.
This shit is sad. Unfortunately, y'all, this shit is sad. And it's just not with the black race, you know what I mean? Like, it's with anybody. Like, just to behave this type of way, it's crazy. It's real crazy. I hope everybody good in the chat. I mean, I know a couple of people or a few people went live. I hope everybody is good, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, y'all already know. Keep it cute, keep it cute. You know what I mean? It's just YouTube. That's all it is. It's just YouTube. I love y'all.
Leave and not get any charges, not go to jail. If you refuse to leave, you've already been.
why she ain't there? She ain't even got that. She don't own that.
She lives here.
I do too.
So you've already been formally
Come on,
notified that you've been barred. If you refuse to leave, you will go to jail for criminal trespass.
Take me home. Hey, y'all just stand back. You
So look,
you gonna take me. Gonna call my granddad.
Mr. Sims.
The one who owned the property.
So
She know I ain't got nowhere to go.
Put your hands
I'm
behind
finna
your back,
go,
dude.
girl. I'm finna go.
Nope. Put your
Man,
hands
I'm
behind
leaving.
your back.
See, mama, see what I'm talking about, mom? I'm leaving, bro.
Put your hands behind your back.
I'm leaving, bro.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm leaving, though. I gotta get my shit. Somebody breaking my arm, mom.
you just got to bend your arm.
Hold on, get my phone, mama. I'm getting hold my phone.
I'm almost it.
Man, I ain't right now locking me
Put
up,
it right
though,
on.
bro.
Do it. Put your hands behind
I'm
your back.
leaving, though, bro.
You got it.
You are. Put your hands behind your back.
Hold on, let me get her my phone.
No. Nope. Double cuff
See,
him.
that was y'all trying to do. Keep my shit. Man, mama, you lame.
Here, right here. Right here.
Relax. Just let him cuff you.
Come
You
on.
hit me, though. Why y'all ain't doing nothing about that?
You
Why
didn't
y'all
call
ain't
us.
press charges about that?
Because you didn't call us.
She called. I want to press charges about that. Why that ain't happening?
Cuff him.
Put your hands behind your back. We can talk about it.
Why you locking me up here when I said I'm
Put
leaving?
your hands behind your back.
Come on, man.
1095. I've been ready.
Now get her my phone.
I got it.
Get it to her. Get it to her. Get her my phone. All
Hey, no.
I want that. Man, no, man, get my stuff. They just want to go somewhere. Ah, stop.
Accidental.
You locking me up for somewhere I'm safe at?
Hey, come on, man. Quick. Just walk.
Oh, yeah, wait, I'm getting her my phone. Mama, get my phone.
10-12, 10-6.
What you taking that for?
It's your stuff, right?
You wouldn't let me get it, so why you grabbing it?
Because it's yours.
I was finna get it, but you wouldn't let me. You trying to lock me up.
No, not at all.
Yes, you were.
Okay. Do you want it or not?
Where I'm going? Where I'm going?
Jail. Criminal trespass.
Eventually, the officers did manage to cuff Michael and get him into the patrol car. It must have been incredibly difficult for the parents to watch their own son being taken to jail, but they made that tough decision for the sake of their home and family's peace.
Okay, y'all. I'm multitasking. I am multitasking, so let's see what y'all got going on. Yeah, Miss Sexy Ray, keep it cute. Keep it cute, boo. Keep it cute. Bro, baby say them cops knew they were going to arrest him the whole time. But yeah, because I mean, you see how belligerent he was. You see how he was acting. Like, all you gotta do was just chill out. Right? It's all good. Just chill out. Tell the truth. You know what I mean? You having a hard time. Whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? Like, you just got out of jail, you know, you looking into some things and trying to get your life right. You know what I mean? Talk to people like you got some sense. And at some point, you know, man, they gonna give that same response back. But you come off hostile. I mean, what you expect? What do you expect? To me, they were very patient. They was very patient. But I do have one more. What's going on though, y'all? Shit. What is going on? Y'all in a whole other world. Child. Let me know. Cause I got one more video and then I'ma shut it down. Cause it look like ain't nobody got nothing to talk about. Y'all interested in what's going on up in these streets. And ain't nothing wrong with that, baby. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Cause I'm nosy too. But child, look. Y'all got all my attention at this point. I just got one more. And it's really small. It's a really small video. I think it's probably less than 10 minutes. And we gonna go there. Cause child, the devil is a lie. Y'all better stop it. For real. Y'all better stop it. It's okay to be nosy. Ain't nothing wrong with being nosy at all. At all. As soon as I'm looking for this video and I hit it right on hand, y'all. Let me see. Good night, Cancer. I love you. Thank you, Cancer. Okay, baby. Okay, sis. I got you. I got you. Like this next story, y'all, it was just so amazing to me. It really was. Like, it just added on to the hope, you know, of civilization, period. So it's very important that I find this video. Very important. So what I probably have to do is pull it up on my phone and then just go straight to it because I thought it was in here and it wasn't. It probably is. But hold on. Give me 1 sec, y'all. 1 sec. Oh, I got you. And I hate this. Like, I don't like this whole pausing type of stuff. Like, that stuff is annoying to me. It really is annoying to myself. Okay. It is coming up. Well, I got something for y'all, though. I got something for y'all. Real quick while I'm doing this. I got something for y'all. Got something for you, baby. Got some for y'all. Real quick while I'm doing this, because I don't like all that. I don't like doing it.
It's just such an exciting feeling you get. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Right
It's the
back.
Pied Piper of R&B, y'all. Whoa. Follow me. Chicago and them. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Don Juan and them. Yeah. This is for y'all. The remix. Said I know that it's somebody's birthday tonight somewhere, and I know somebody's gonna celebrate tonight somewhere. I know one thing's for sure, I'm gonna put on my dancing shoes, then I'ma hit the door and go out and step the whole night through. Step in the name of love. I'm gonna step in the name of love. Then I'm gonna clap in the name of love. Oh yeah, clap in the name of love. I'm gonna step in the name of love. Ooh. Step in the name of love. In the name of love. Yeah. Move in the name of love. See, I know there's somebody breaking out the champagne somewhere, and you can be sure that somebody's gonna make love night until the day. Oh, one thing's for sure, I'm gonna put on my dancing shoes, then I'ma hit the door and go out and step the whole night through. Step in the name of love, yeah. Step in the name of love. Whoa. Clap in the name of love. Yeah. Clap in the name of love. Said I'm gonna step in the name of love. Ooh. Step in the name of love. In the name of love. Move in the name of love. Oh, I wait till somebody else gets up. Yeah, I wanna be the first one to hit the floor. So tell the DJ to turn it up. Turn it up. Cause it feels so good. Dancing to this remix makes me wanna step. Cause it's a cut. Step in the name of love. Oh, babe. Step in the name of love. Gonna. Step in the name of love. Yeah. Step in the name of love. Step in the name. Step in the name of love. Of love. Step in the name of love. Then I'm gonna groove. Yeah. Groove in the name of love. Yeah. 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 Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Pied Piper of R&B, and I would like to welcome you to the Chocolate Factory. This album was designed to make you feel good. For those of you who want to feel good, follow me. Yeah. Now I know everybody is familiar with the stepping game. Yeah, from the Loveland album. But y'all know I had to go and do a remix and put it on the Chocolate Factory. Yeah. So the steppers game we played then is the same game we're gonna play right now. Are y'all ready? Come on. 1, 2, 3, sing. Step, step, side to side, round and round, did it now. Separate, bring it back. Now let me see you do the love slide. Step, step, side to side, round and round, did it now. Separate, bring it back. Now let me see you do the love slide. Step, step, side to side, round and round, did it now. Separate, bring it back. Now let me see you do the love slide. Everybody step, side to side. Everybody keep stepping. Now separate, bring it back. Now let me see you do the love slide. Everybody step, side to side. Keep on stepping. Whoa, separate, round and round, side to side. Separate and bring it back. Come on and step in the name of love. While we're living, let's step out, hit the club. DJ's rocking that song for us. Anybody ask why we're stepping? Tell them that we did it for love, yeah. Did it for love, yeah. Did it for love, yeah. That's why we did it. Did it for love, yeah. Oh yeah. Did it for love. Did it for love, yeah. Oh yeah. If they ask you why we did it, tell them we did it for love. Oh, if they ask you why we did it, yeah. Hey, we did it for love. Oh yeah. You know that where everybody's snapping, everybody's clapping, everybody's grooving. Hey, in the name of love. Step on, y'all. Yeah. Regina and George Daniels. I love you, baby. Henry Love. I see you. Yeah. DJ Wayne Williams. Spinning the records. Make sure you spin this one, baby. Alright? And last but not least, let's not forget the most talented man in the world on the guitar. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Donnie Lyle. Say on, player. And all my fans out there, I just want to thank you for supporting me in this Chocolate Factory album and all of the albums I've ever done in my career. I thank you. I love you. Peace.
Ah, look like y'all like that little intermission, child. Y'all like that little intermission. Look at y'all, little fast self. Little fast self. Lord have mercy. I don't know. Y'all be good. I mean, you know what I mean? Everything turn out good. Shit. We can continue it. We can continue. But I'm going to play this video first because I want to end my live with absolutely something positive, as I try to do. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Y'all cutting up in the chat. Lord have mercy. Little fast tails. Little fast tails.
The Ask Wiggins TV, as always, of your host, Worldwide Wiggins. And I'm back with another nickel sack. I see somebody in the comments the other day. They was like, hey, Wiggins, I love the nickel sacks, man, but yo, I need a dime sack, you know, to carry me through the week. Oh, I was dying laughing, man. You know, I do it for people like you, man. You know, I got love for all the wig splitters out there, man. And, you know, I dropped nothing yesterday, so I might drop 2 of them today, man, you know. If you're lucky, you know, this one right here is a serious topic, and, you know, just keep it locked. Check it out. Remember the episode of Judge Mathis where the judge started crying? I got a crazy update on the kid from that episode. You ain't gonna believe this right here. But if you like me, you don't really watch TV, and you're not familiar with the show or the episode, as a matter of fact, let me go on and give you a real quick recap. It was a case where a kid from Oakland, California got kind of caught up in the gangbanging lifestyle out there and reached out to his uncle in St. Louis, Missouri to escape that lifestyle, which usually only leads down 2 roads. And just for a quick backstory on the young man's life, both his parents had died from HIV after shooting up heroin with the infected needles. So he was basically an orphan on his own in the wild streets of California. So the boy called his uncle to get away, and he asked his uncle if he could move in. So his uncle let him move in, and the young homie eventually got a job, started doing his thing. But after a while, they kind of got into it real tough. Check it out.
I moved out to St. Louis, Missouri with my aunt and my uncle.
Where?
From Oakland, California. There's too many problems in Oakland and stuff, and I was going through a lot of problems.
Trying to get away from the tough streets of Oakland.
Exactly. Our relationship was fine up to like June.
I'm about, I'm too tired. I don't want to go to work. My sickle cell is acting up. I can't. But he goes out. He went out every night and go
He
to
has
work.
sickle cell anemia?
And I don't even want to talk to you, man. You disrespectful.
One rule: no man is a bigger man than me in my house. And I said, you open your mouth again, we can take it outside.
This dude is crazy. He threw a knife at
That's
me.
not-
It was like,
that's-
I'm your nephew, man.
You're not nothing to me. You
I
hurt
understand
me.
that now.
Why? I don't want to hear no more of this. Piece of tissue, man. Did this damn young man move from the streets of Oakland to escape the gangs, plead out to you for help, let him move in there, knowing what he done went through? Many young people run from the street gangs and try. He got sickle cell anemia, no parents, and yeah, I'm crying because I see myself in it. Give a young man tough love, but where's the love? All I hear is toughness.
I get it was probably frustrating, for his uncle putting up with his, nephew not being able to work and putting up with the sickle cell condition, acting up, and he going in and out the house late at night, to the early AM. I get it, but I just feel like he could have went about it a different way. Being more understanding that the boy lost his parents at a young age. He could have been more, kind. He gave him words of wisdom. I understand tough love. I get it, but, I feel like he should have went about it a different way. The way he was talking to him, talking about, you ain't nothing to me. Threatening the boy, talk about we could take it outside, you squabble up. That was messed up. That was out of pocket, bro. Now, as you can see, the judge started crying and really delivered a heartfelt message to his uncle, hey, bro, you tripping. You giving you too hard on him, bro. You tripping right now. So he talked to him. You feel me? He talked to the uncle. Now, if you like me, you probably wonder, hey, whatever happened to that young man? Did his uncle have a change of heart and let him back in? Did he end up homeless? Did he end up moving back to Cali and gangbanging? What happened? I'm going to show you better than I could tell you.
But it touched me. It was probably the most emotional case I've had in 24 years. And I told the young man that if he wanted to go to community college, we'd send him. And he came back 2 years later with his associate's degree and is the minister of the youth division of his church. Wow.
It's easy to do the right thing when you don't have options. But when you have an option, it's a tough road that you got to go through. And some of us today are at this crossroad right now. Well, God, I need to make a decision. Is it my will or your will? So since we're here, let me make your decision a little bit easier. If you happen to choose your will, it is probable that you can still have plenty. Watch me. It is probable that you can still have plenty, but it guarantees that you won't walk in purpose. And having plenty without having purpose is just pitiful. But when you choose the will of God, it guarantees you divine purpose. And that plenty is a byproduct of walking in your purpose. I need to touch somebody else and tell them I'm going with God. I don't know about you, but I'm going with God.
That's right. Judge Mathis ended up paying for him to get an education. He got an associate's degree, and he made a huge turnaround. And he eventually became a preacher. Now, that's beautiful, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's just a testament that, hey, it's never too late for you, bro. Never give up. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope, man. I'm getting deported, so I'm middle finger to the judges and all that. But, I could appreciate a black man, looking out for another black man, because he didn't have to do that. He don't really know him from a can of paint, so he looked out for us. So, you know, just a little dope update, man. You know, and you know, if you sometimes, man, when you too hard on your kids, bro, like you can actually defeat the purpose of trying to teach your responsibility, bro. So try not to be too hard on your family, especially when they've been through a lot, bro. So, you know, I ain't gonna act like I got all the answers, bro, but make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep it locked. I'm out of here. Wait.
I'm glad y'all like it, baby. I'm glad y'all like it. Y'all know we got to keep it positive. Best way we can. Hey, gotta keep it positive because it be a lot that comes from what we actually covered. I love y'all. Don't worry about it. We finna get into some more music. Since y'all want to cut up the music. Just a little bit. You know, I ain't finna get me back into the mode I was in the last one. Y'all always get me there.
I saw you standing and I started pretending I knew you and you knew me too. And just like a moment, you were too shy, but you weren't the only cause, so was I. And I dreamed of you ever since. Now I build up my confidence that next time you come my way, I know just what to say. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I want to know your name. I started to write you letters, but I wanted to be more clever. I wanted to get down and sweet talk you, hey baby. But just like a baby, I could not talk, and I tried to come closer, but could not walk. And
I love y'all.
think of it every night.
I appreciate everybody.
Just could not get it right. Oh, if we ever come close again, I know what I'll say then. Yeah. Can we talk for a minute? Girl, I wanna know your name. Can we talk for a will not let it go. Please give me just the one more chance for come on and talk to me, baby. I wanna know your name. I wanna know your name. Like we will talk for a minute. Come on and talk to me, baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Yeah. I said, can I come for a minute? Come on and talk to me, baby. See, I wanna know. You better tell me your name, baby. I said, talk to me for a minute. Come on and talk for a minute. I wanna know, I wanna know, I wanna know your name. Talk to me for a minute. Come on and talk for a minute. Come on.
Okay. Oh, I gotta pause it. Okay. Okay, y'all. Like, I ain't about to get y'all too hyped. Child, it's only Monday. We're gonna be Monday sitting up here tearing it up. Tearing it up. I promise y'all already know. Ain't no limit to keeping it cute, baby. We'll be over here all night. Child. Nope, I'm not doing it tonight. I am not about to go to bed right now, but I am about to sit back and chill for a little bit. No, I'm not cooking bread. Definitely not today. I'm in the city, so things actually still be open. It be restaurants open that I actually do like, so that's a great thing. That's probably what I end up doing is probably just ordering me something to eat, and I'm gonna sit back and chill, shower, and sit back and chill. I'm not staying up with you, man. Whatever, bro. I don't even care no more. I don't even care anymore. But I'm glad your little tail stayed up this late. Shoot. With your no nap taking ass. Shit. No nap taking ass. Know your ass at an age where you supposed to be taking goddamn naps. You better train yourself to take goddamn naps with your little evil ass. I love y'all though. And I hope y'all enjoyed this live tonight. Real talk. Man. We gonna see as far as what tomorrow. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna promise or none of that. It may be a surprise live because yesterday live was like 8 hours. And then I didn't put in 2.5 hours today. So yeah. I don't know. If I do go live, it will be a surprise. Ain't nobody telling your doggone business. Don't nobody know nothing about Roro. That Roro don't want to be known. Hell. Awesome, bread. Love me some you, girl. I promise I love me some you. Don't even worry about it because you about to get cuffed. You are about to get cuffed, hunty. I'm already about to cuff you. Love me some of my bread. And then you got my daughter name too. Lord have mercy. You got my baby girl name. That's why I keep calling you Brit. Every time I see your name, I call you Brit. Because I literally, I almost spelled her name the same way. But I didn't. Surprise me and go live early. Chat, please. Whatever, bro. I ain't got time. Nope. I should have put on a couple of waters up in the freezer. Shit. Yep, y'all. So what y'all about to do? Y'all about to be out here sneaking and geeking. I don't give a damn what y'all do, but I'm still asking because I'm nosy in here. I might be out here being nosy too. Like I just said, and like I always say, y'all be out here and keep it cute. Do what y'all do. You know what I mean? And that's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Britt say, oh, okay, it's spelled the same way. I was just my baby name is spelled with 2 T's instead of your 1 T. That's it. That's the only difference. Hers is spelled with 2 T's instead of 1 T. Yep. That's the only difference. Your ass ain't going in here to sleep. I ain't got time for you, bro. Whatever. Nope. You call my goddamn phone 9 o'clock in the damn morning, knowing damn well I don't even be up. I don't even be up. I surprise myself when I get up that early. Unless I got something to do. If I got something to do, that's something totally different. And say, nah, I'm going to bed. My back's up. Yeah, I know, Ange. I know, baby. You should be relaxing anyway. I really appreciate your time. And you being up in here. That's why I love you so much. Because, baby, you are loyal. Like, real stuff. You is loyal. And you a real one. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Bro, baby said you didn't have to answer. Chat, please. Don't even worry about it. You know, I got you. I got you. Don't even worry about it. I got you. You can keep on laughing and some more shit. I got you. I ain't worried about you. No, relax and watch the TV. I know, right? That's exactly what I'm about to get ready and do. I'm about to take my shower and then I'm about to get super comfortable and find me something to watch on TV. Good night, Miss Sexy. I love you. My crazy ass big sis. I got too many of y'all. Y'all motherfuckers is crazy. Y'all crazy for real. In real life. Y'all crazy in real life. Y'all crazy in real life. Brig going over tomorrow. No Friday off. Brig, where you from? Where you from, Brig? Good night, right with your crazy ass. Good night, Miss Sexy. Love you. That's gonna probably be on the next live, Britt. That's gonna be on the next live. That's gonna be on the next live. Exactly, Miss Sexy. Like, she really needs to stop. But she got on that other stuff tonight. Like, child, please. She played the role tonight. Like, girl, boo. She definitely did. She definitely did. Well, I really enjoyed y'all. And I hope y'all enjoyed the content. I didn't want anybody. She's supposed to when you said last night. Hey, we gonna leave last night to last night, Miss Sexy. We gonna leave last night to last night. Because last night, baby. Child, that live is something else. Last night live was something else. And she sit up here be talking about why I don't go live earlier. Hell, I be trying to, but shit, I can't help that I'm a night owl. And not only that, I mean, shit, we was on for 8 hours. Y'all, like, what the hell? Bro, baby, drop. I ain't had no mods up in here. None. I think Angie was like in and out only because she took a nap. So stop it. Yeah, and when Sexy tried, well, she was going to sleep. She like, okay, we finna go in the live. Good night, y'all. In the live. She was putting everybody to sleep. Like, in the live. Okay, good night. In the live. I'm like, damn, you gonna put me to sleep too? The hell? Lord have mercy. Y'all see how they do me. See how they do me. She sure did. I promise she ain't lying. She sure did. Yes, Brett. Oh my God. Yep. Those are facts. Miss Sexy, that's a fact. You was my last mod. She sure did. Child. Don't be sitting with somebody you will never see. That's why you know what? That's why you in hot water already. Already, bro. I ain't got time for roll, y'all. I promise I don't. I'm not gonna deal with her tonight. Go to sleep, bro. Go to sleep. Go to sleep, child. I can't stand her. Britt said, I went to sleep last night and I woke back up. The last night, the last thing I remember was saying prayers to Troy after the lights out. Child, I promise. I promise. And say I will see your mind to the end. You went to sleep, Ange. Don't even go there. No, you went to sleep in the middle of stuff. Y'all, you know what? Y'all have amnesia at this point because you was nowhere in the chat when me and Miss Sexy was still on the panel. You came on the panel when Miss Sexy said, when she said, oh, there go Ange. There go Angie right there. She said she just woke up. Y'all is not about to be doing me. I thought Miss Sexy left before me because I still was on here. Y'all is little hammers. Y'all some soldiers. I'll be tapping out. Ain't no soldiers tonight because I'm about to get up off of here. And say, no, I was still here. I know you was here, but you still went to sleep, boo. You still went to sleep because you came back and put in the chat that you went to sleep and you had just woke up. I was talking to Jay, but I was still in the chat. You good. Yeah, y'all good. I promise. Y'all good. I thought Ange was the last mine, or maybe it was both. It don't even matter. At the end of the day, y'all still not no damn night owls like I am. It don't even matter. All y'all crazy as hell. Lord have mercy. It's my team for me. My team. Y'all crazy than Bessie Bugs, baby. Crazy than Bessie Bugs. Love you to death. I'm about to get up off here. Y'all get ready and take y'all tail to sleep. Don't be out here sneaking and geeking. Well, I ain't telling y'all what to do, but hell, because I fuck around and be fucking around and be sneaking and geeking my goddamn self. It is what it is. For real. The hell? She's talking about everybody crazy except her. I know I'm crazy, shit, but call my shit out. Call my shit out. When I'm crazy, call me out, baby. Call me out. Because I'm going to call your shit out. You already know. Excuse me. Call my shit out. Call it out. Time flies when you're having fun. It absolutely does. I agree, Brett. All y'all ass will. All y'all will call it out. So call it out. Shit. Call it out. All y'all ass, y'all a gangster in y'all own way. Shit. I can't mess with nobody unless they get equal up to my energy. So that's why goddamn y'all my damn mods. Like y'all match my energy. So at the end of the day, y'all know I'm not scared. Go ahead. We can do it. We can do it. We can have an all-mod panel and we can get to it. I'm never scared. I promise. Y'all know I'm never scared. Let's get it. Shit, y'all ain't got to call me out. Let's go. I was saying, I'm going to call it out when I call you in the morning. Check. Uh-huh, bro. Okay. Yup. Mel, how long have you been a content creator? It'll be going on a year in June. But I have not been consistent, Britt. I haven't been consistent at all. I recently, it's like I started out being consistent and then I had a really big pause. And then I was consistent again. And then I had another big pause. And so now I'm back onto it again. Like at the end of the day, my real life come first. You know what I mean? Like real stuff. My real life come first. So if I need some things that I need to take care of or whatever, that's just what it is. I'm going to fall back, you know what I mean? And I'm going to do what I need to take care of for me, you know, and hey, I see y'all when I see y'all, but I do put things on my community posts daily and several videos and stuff like that. And then I'm in the midst of uploading videos to my community wall as well. And then we can also communicate in that type of way as well. So I'm working on some things, boo. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. She ain't gonna do shit, Miss Sexy. I don't know. Stop hyping her head up. Please stop hyping her head up, Miss Sexy. Stop hyping her head up. Mm-mm. 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 Britt, you see what I gotta go through with these ladies? Do you see? These supposed to be my sisters. They just be attacking me like I be on their ass right on rice. I'm telling all these stories. Keep it looking. It's all good though. Anyways, if nobody else stuff come up in the comment within the next minute, I'm about to end this live. Y'all start supporting my girl community wall and videos she posted. She posts daily. Facts. Yep. Y'all go on that community wall, y'all would definitely see like a lot of stuff that I'll probably won't sit up here and just go live about. And most reasons that I wouldn't go live about it is because it's not too much information, that's out there like that on the situation, or on the case. Maybe the case is already solved and it just is what it is. But sometimes the majority of the time it's just some things to marvel at, That's it. That's all. Thanks, bro, for that. Yes, hit that community wall. Yep. I put a lot of content out there. A lot of stuff that's out there as far as when it has to do with the short videos. I have a decent amount of short videos that's out there. Check them out. I have one video that's almost at a viral state. Almost there. Go to bed, bro. I told you. No, ma'am. Just how my face looking on this damn profile picture, that's how I'm looking at you. Chaboo. Britt say, Mel, the lady that got unalived by the man, are you going to cover it when it goes to trial? Oh, baby, you got to give me some type of, because it's, which one, Britt? Which one, which case you talking about? Yeah, let me know which case you talking about.
Put your picture on my mirror. Start to blush when somebody says your name. In my stomach there's a pain. See you walk in my direction, I go the other way. I start to stutter when I speak. Try to stand but my knees go weak. What's happening to me? In the dark, can you tell me what it means? I lay my head on my pillow, staring out the window, wish on a star for a sign. It's the reason why you always on my mind. And you come around like it's baby when I see you, when I see you, baby when I never know when you might walk by. So I gotta be right on time when I see you. I scribble X and O's in my notebook, checking how my hair and my nails look. I feel myself in the zone. I get nervous when you call, so I say I'm not home. I see your face and I hear my favorite song. Should I send an email at home? You're the number one topic on the phone. I wonder if you know, or do you have a clue? Yeah. I lay my head on my pillow. You got me staring out the window. We're showing a star for a sign. What's the reason? Why? Yeah. You're always sexy boy. You're sexy boy. Hey baby, I never know. Baby, when I, something now is taking over me. Yeah. I'm not gonna run, I'm just gonna stand here and sleep. Yeah. Hey, baby, I see you. So sexy boy, so sexy boy. I don't know.